Hey, family. Make sure when you enter the door, you enter with some lights. What's up? Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Hey, 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 come on. What's up, brown sugar? We back at it. In the room. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Miss Brown Sugar, I'm gonna, like the last live, I'm gonna keep it up. So yeah, don't worry about it. Come on in the room. I'm going to leave this on for about 10 minutes because I don't know who it was. I don't know who it was, but you guys asked me to wear my colorful coat. You're like, please wear your colorful coat for this live. So I did. Here you go. Oh gosh, I'm actually washing my hair tonight because at this point, the twist out is done. The twist out is done. I've done all I can. It's time to move on. But for whoever this is, shout yourself out because I'm wearing this for you. Come on in the room. Hey, Dana. Yes, Kyle. Thank you. What's up, Blair? Hey, El Boogie. What's up, Tamika? Hey, Missy B2. You've been riding with me for all these live, girl. Thank you. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Hey, I need to learn the rest of the words. All I know is come on in the room. Forgive me if you see like any kind of chocolate or anything on my teeth. I'm drinking this like chocolate protein energy shake because sometimes after I do these lives, mother is drained. So I'm trying to give myself some energy. What's up, Vodka and 3 olives? What's up, Elizabeth? You know what? I knew Vodka with 3 olives would be here. I knew you wasn't missing this one. I knew you wasn't missing this one. So guys, I'm just gonna make sure when you come in the room, you come in the room with some likes. And I am just going to keep on talking for a couple of minutes just to wait for some more people to get in here because I know, it's early. Kyle asked me, what did I think of the Beverly Hills fashions? I loved Garcelle. I loved her hair piece from Area. That's the same fashion designer that did a bunch of Beyonce's like bedazzled costuming and her, what is it? Not Jesus is King. What is it called? I have it on my thing. What is it called? Something King. What is Beyonce's album called? The one she did for Disney. Black is King. Yes, Black is King. They did like a lot of her, like Beyonce wore one. It was like this jewel thing that she put back in a ponytail, and then she wore this jewel like cardigan, like cover up that looked like it was yarn, but it was actually made out of jewels. It's called Area, and they actually created Garcelle's little like bedazzled half bob wig thing that she was wearing. Beautiful. I love Garcelle's look. The best dress for me was Dorit. You know what I mean? I think she makes really good choices, although I think she's ripping off, 17-year-old black girls on Instagram. I think she's, ripping off the right people because it looked good on her. Who else did I think looked good at the Beverly Hills reunion? I'm not saying that Sutton looked good. I just was expecting, for the way Sutton talks about fashion, I expected for her to show up in something that wasn't like, her dress was giving me Spiegel. You know what I mean? It was like real Spiegel dress on my way to a christening, or Easter Sunday dinner. It didn't look like a Beverly Hills reunion fashion. I wanted more. I wanted more from Sutton because of the way she talks about how she's this huge fashion girl. I just did not expect her to show up serving soccer mom. I didn't. Garcelle looked great. I loved Dorit. She was best dressed to me. She looked the best in her confessional, and not her in her confessional, but she looked the best at the Zoom reunion to me. Who else? Erica, I was expecting more from Erica. Again, Erica and Sutton are talking about how they're these fashion girls. Erica looked great. It wasn't Erica to me. I felt like Erica, this is Erica on her way into the office, to type up some documents. This isn't Erica at a reunion. I get that, we're in COVID and everybody's home, but this is still your job, and your job is to show up in fashions. I think Erica looked beautiful. I just wanted more for a reunion. Same thing with Sutton. Cow is cow. Okay. I don't know where she got this like Barbarella Running Man outfit. Like, is it called Running Man? What is that? What is that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? It's not Running Man. Whatever that movie is, it just seemed very outdated. And that's the problem with Cow. A lot of her clothing choices are outdated. She's not a fashion girl, and that's okay. And that's okay. But I expected, more from everybody else but Cow. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't get it. Garcelle looked great. Dorit looked great. Erica, I wasn't impressed. Renna, I don't know what's going on with Renna. I think Renna is trying to be a fashion girl. It ain't working. It ain't, something ain't right. I don't know if she's, trying to be a fashion girl, but on a discount. You can't do that if you rep in Beverly Hills. You got to put out a coin. Denise, y'all know I love her. Y'all know I love me some Denise. But Denise looked like she rolled out of a Charlotte Russe or a Justice and showed up to this reunion. Mother didn't care. Mother didn't care. I was just like, girl, you still at work. She was over it. Respect fashions from Denise. You know what I mean? Who else? We have Kyle, Dorit, Denise, Erica, Sutton, Renna. I'm not missing another. Oh, Teddy. Of course, I miss Teddy. Yeah, Teddy, same thing. Teddy was giving me Ross clearance section, but when doesn't she? When doesn't she? So I didn't, the Beverly Hills fashions, I was shocked by two people who I thought would bring it, but this is pretty much the norm for Beverly Hills. They never really serve looks. New York and Atlanta are known for the looks. Unfortunately, you would hope that Beverly Hills would show up with some fashions, but they never do. They never deliver. They never deliver. Dorit just started delivering. I love Dorit's model braids. The only thing with Dorit, I've told you guys before, I just feel like I've seen her stuff before. You know what I mean? I've seen it before. You just never seen it on a white woman. I don't feel like she's doing anything new. I think it's the same thing with Erica, but I feel like they at least try. They at least try to go beyond. Dorit, it's great. It looks amazing because it's been done before and it's been tried and tested. It's not like a fresh idea. I'm like, okay, Beyonce did that at her world tour. Okay, this makeup, this famous celebrity makeup person already did that makeup look. Oh, I saw this on Fashion Nova. Like, it's not these amazing looks that I'm seeing for the first time. That's my only issue with Dorit. But when she does it well. Garcelle, but Vodka and Free Olives, with Free Olive, Garcelle is a beautiful woman. So you can put her in pretty much anything and she'll look great. Garcelle has beautiful brown skin. Yellow looks great on brown skin. Like bright colors looks great on brown skin. So she couldn't go wrong with that dress. She couldn't go wrong with it. The hairpiece for me was the best thing of the night. I loved it. That's the only thing about Teddy that I like Vodka with Three Olives. She did look good with that pink hair. I don't know why she did it. I don't know if it was a wig, but she looked good. She looked good. Guys, when you come in, please give your girl some likes. Spiegel Fashions, yes, Kimberly. You know what, Missy B too? Kyle did say that the producer picks her looks, and it shows. It shows. Like, no, I mean, when she said that, I was just like, yeah, somebody picks your looks. It ain't you, and it ain't nobody who got a fashion eye. It's Maurizio, okay? Yes, Felicia. Well, I wanted to get this up to you guys because my week goes really, really, it just fills up really fast. So I wanted to talk about these things and not wait too long because I knew that we probably, would miss out on the time from like my work schedule. Looking like a beautiful chocolate rainbow. Thank you. Who asked me to put this on? Because it's starting to get a bit warm and I'm going to take this off. If you come in the room, say something because I'm about to take this off. Kimberly D. Rasal says that COVID seems to have taken its toll in reality fashions. The stylist said, nah, I'm at the house helping my kids log on to geography class. So you're going to have to work with whatever's in your closet. What I think is that budgets have been cut. Budgets have been cut. So, these women don't have, throwaway cash, to be quite honest with you, to throw on, a stylist or a makeup person, something that they can quickly write off. They can put that money out, but they know when they write it off, they'll get it back, right? However, everybody's pockets is being tapped. So they don't really have it like they used to, because a lot of them have been faking it. Like Camille Grammer said, this is the Real Housewives of Encino, not Beverly Hills. Because if you pay in Beverly Hills rent and you or Beverly Hills mortgage, or you're paying BH taxes, if you are paying that and you still can afford a makeup and a hair person and a stylist, you got coin. You got coin. What's up, May K? Thank you for joining me from Germany. Follow the money. Yep. Oh, thank you for. I hope I'm saying it right, Felicia. Thank you so much, Felicia Pierre. I'm gonna take this off. You know what I mean? If you requested this, I wore it. It's too warm. This is my favorite winter coat, though. Yes, I said winter coat. Baby, I wear this all over the place. People look at me like, oh my goodness, what is she wearing? Fashion! Fashion, darling. I love it. Oh, God. I hate what it does to my shirts, though. Anyway, this is my work shirt, so I'm fine. Wait, I'm trying to make sure I get all your, thank you, Shonda. I'm trying to make sure I get all of your comments before I get into it. Thank you, Naya Lee. I hope I'm saying it right. If not, guys, I don't have a problem being corrected. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that. But thank you. So let's get into it. It's about, make sure when you come in the room, you give your girl some likes. We've been in here for about what? 10 minutes? Yeah. Let's start. Let's go to the notes. So overall, right? I watched all 3 reunions. And again, because of time, I just didn't have time to do it. I also wasn't inspired to do it or felt like, doing a review after each episode, because it was dry boots. This reunion, like the end of the season, was dry boots. Guys, this show came out hot. They led with this whole Denise maybe, bisexual and cheating on her husband thing. And then we slowly realized that was the only thing. That was the only thing that they had for us this season. There was no other storylines, nothing that we can really, sink our teeth into, or get really interested in, because you come up with this, storyline that Denise is bisexual and cheating on her husband, and Denise denies it, and that's all we have. There was nothing else. And the reunion was all about that. They tried to make it about a relationship deteriorating, but it's just we spent 2 full episodes, 2 hours talking about a rumor that Denise denied. It was a waste of time. It really, really was. And I think out of any of these shows, this show in Orange County, they're struggling so bad to keep at least their original fan base. And the reason is that they are I love it. I love that the producers of this show are very protective over their cast. However, if y'all gonna link up and become besties, hire a new cast. You cannot be so, protective of them and so guarded of them that you don't give us a story. I don't even care if they make this stuff up, but you have to give us something. Because right now for Orange County, and especially for Beverly Hills, the most interesting things about them, you read in the blogs. You know what I mean? Page 6 posts all their business. If you just look up Beverly Hills alone this year, and you just, wait, is it page 6 or New York? No, yeah, page 6. If you just put in their little search box, inbox or whatever, and you search Beverly Hills of Beverly Hills, that's a more interesting season from the headlines alone than what we received here. We thought it was going to be so good, so interesting, and then we get to this season and it's just you guys made a big deal about Garcelle being the first Black housewife on this show, and she was never there. Listen, I get that Garcelle was booked and busy, right? But I feel like this was a rush casting. And when they approached Garcelle and she gave them her schedule, they should have made her a friend of the show or brought her in the upcoming season, because you made a big deal about her and we never really got to know her. She was in and out. Again, she was booked and busy. She said she told them that before they started filming. And her story, we couldn't really get to know her. Like, if you don't know Garcelle, you still don't know her coming to the show. Like, I know her because, you know, she's been a part of my childhood with like all kinds of TV shows. So I've been seeing her since I was a kid. So I know Garcelle, you know, I know all about Garcelle Bouvier, but is it Bouvier? Because somebody said, I love how you pronounce her name. And the way you said it, I was just like, I'm saying it wrong. Is it Bouvier or Bouvet? Garcelle. So I know about her. But if you ain't grow up on Garcelle, you don't know. You don't, and you still don't know from watching this show. And I don't think it was an honest edit because there wasn't a lot to work with. So this reunion was dry boots. The season fell off. And it's always disappointing with Beverly Hills because they have such good storylines outside of this show. We just never see it. Because I see Vodka with 3 olives is in here talking. Kyle Scott Renner always gives me Fashion Nova. Always, always. She gives me City Blue. If you know what City Blue is, that's what Renner gives me. Oh, what did Vodka with 3 olives say? I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up on all your stuff while I'm, you know, keeping you guys interested. I'm doing great, Shaudette, honey. Thank you so much for asking. We're trying to catch up with you guys. Okay. Vodka with 3 olives said, what's up with Denise being so cowardly though? Thought that she was a tough chick married to Charlie Sheen and all. Well, being married to be real, a crack addict does not mean that you can take on what 5 women bullying you and exposing your marriage on camera, or lies, you know, or truths, whatever, about your marriage on camera. I think that Denise loved Charlie, you know what I mean? And until you're in that situation, you don't know what you can and cannot do. She fell in love with a man that is an addict. And that she was forced to be strong because she had children wasn't something that she probably necessarily wanted to do when she, you know, married this man. Yes, he's a playboy and all this stuff, but the thing about Charlie Sheen is he's not that different from a lot of Hollywood men. Because what happens with these young guys that make it in this industry and also come from privilege from being the kids of Hollywood stars or whatever, they live this very unrealistic kind of life. So they don't really live in a reality. Everybody caters to them because they live in a city that caters to their parents. So they know whose kid you are. They treat you a certain way. You don't really pay for anything. You're carried around like a golden calf. You don't really have a sense of reality. Whatever you want, you get. That's a lot of the men out here. So for her, that's probably a normal dude, you know, for the industry that she's in. And I don't think that when she got with him, she expected for his drug addiction to be so huge that it would destroy their marriage. So I think she became strong in that situation. I don't think that that's who she is. And I think we really got to see who she is. And she's not that kind of girl. She may play those characters because of how she looks. A lot of women who have brunette hair, a lot of them play the villain. I don't know what that is in the white community, but the blonde girl is always like innocent and, you know, dainty. And the brunette is always evil. I don't know why. That's not my community. So I don't know. Maybe one of y'all can tell me. But that's probably why she played those characters, is because of how she looks and not because of who she actually is. So I don't think that she was prepared to take on what these ladies were giving her, because also she was unaware. Remember, Denise was also filming a lot. So she wasn't around a lot to see that the ladies were disliking her. She really did not know that they all collectively had an issue with her outside of Garcelle until Teddy's starvation camp. Until that camp, she really didn't know they all had an issue with her. She always showed up to these scenes shocked that they did not like her. or that they had beef, because they would all get together, they would all talk about it, and it would just get bigger and bigger and bigger. So she was also caught off guard. She also didn't really have anybody in her corner. Garcelle was in her corner, but just like Denise, Garcelle was never there. So I think she felt ambushed, and I think she felt overwhelmed. She did want to come back to the show, but for some reason the show said no. And I think that reason is because the show did not feel like she really, was very open and honest about what she was dealing with. I don't think it was fair, you know what I mean? Because I just feel like, listen, I'm fine with all these ladies opening up and telling their business, right? That's what you sign on for. That is the name of the game on this show. My only issue with Beverly Hills is that it's always somebody that they don't like. Whoever they don't like, this person has to tell everything, all of their business, but not like the other girls. Like Cal never says anything about Maurizio. We don't know anything from Dorit about her and PK's financial issues. Erica says nothing about her husband and their financial issues. We don't get to hear the real tea about Harry and why he takes these trips all the time away from Rena and his family, and then comes back after a month-long trip and he starts living with them like he wasn't gone for 30 days and nobody knows what's up. We don't talk about those things, but we talk about, Denise maybe or maybe not sleeping with Brandy, and we only talk about that because the girls don't like Denise. That's my only issue with this show. It's like they all gang up on one person because they don't want to talk about their issues. They do it like clockwork. They did it with Vanderpump. It went well for Kyle because she got Vanderpump out. But after that, we were able to see that this is how they operate. And they're doing the same thing this season. And listen, if they bring the same energy next season, I'm out. Like, who wants to watch this? Who wants to be a part of this? It's just like it's the same thing every season. Whoever you don't like, you're going to do this mess to them again. You're going to expose their life, and then you're going to get them kicked off the show. It's every season, but they have really interesting lives outside of the storylines that they create. It did. Yes, Kyle. It fizzled after Denise's pizza party. It started off so strong, right, guys? That trailer that they saw, we were so excited about it. We thought it was going to be so good. We never got to see that confessional part where the producer was just like remember in the trailer where Rena was just like, I don't think she's ever coming back. And then right after that, we get this scene with the producer talking to Denise, and he's like, so Denise, what is it that you have to say? And then Denise sits back and she gives us the Grinch stole Christmas look like, and we think that she's going to drop all this tea. That never happened. We never saw it this season. It just like the season just fizzled out. And I'm like, what is going on with this show? I'm going to be very honest with you. I think they just have really, there's blurred lines with the cast and production. And I think they need a new production team. Whoever is producing RHONY, those producers, I don't know if you can take them away from that season, but they have to get that kind of quality because that show gives you a show. Now they're worth it. See, Jamilia, listen, word on the street, Jamilia. You know what, Eartha Kitt, I just, one of my friends is a huge Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fan. He's probably on here. What's up, Romaine? He just sent me some tea about that. What did he send me? He sent me two things, and we will talk. He sent me something from Reality Blurred, and it says that Kathy Hilton is in talks to appear on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 11, and is definitely interested after Bravo offered her a role. What has Sister Kyle Richards said about the possibility? So TMZ revealed that producers have approached Kathy about making regular appearances. However, Kathy is interested in a potential role. She hasn't made an official decision. While appearing on James Harris's new podcast, Positively Chaotic, earlier this month, Kyle named Kathy when she said who she'd like to see on the new season. Cal says, I would like to see my sister join the cast, Cal said. We have so much fun together and Kathy makes me laugh. Here is why, two reasons why I don't like that. First reason, Kathy Hilton, okay? Mother has money. Mother is not, she's not a multi-millionaire. That's a billionaire family, right? They have good coin. She's not going to get on this show and go to the bowels of hell that you have to go to give us a good season. She's not going to do it. So she's just going to fall in line like how the rest of the cast does and just sits there and, you know, just be pretty and rich and give us nothing. Like that famous line that somebody said under, who was it? It was some performer's tweet and some performer's YouTube video, and this person wrote, "Go ahead, girl, give us nothing." And that's exactly what Kathy Hilton is going to do. She's going to give us nothing. And then that's also going to enforce Cal's power on this show because all of those ladies are going to most certainly bow down to Cal if Kathy is on the show because that is a billionaire. You want, when you are in those like 1% communities, you want to be rubbing elbows with billionaires. So they are all going to most certainly fall in line, maybe even Garcelle, because Kathy got money and power, more money and power than all of them. So I don't want that. I think that will be a terrible decision. She won't give us anything, and it will make Cal even stronger. It's time for Cal to go. She's been giving us nothing since the first season. Can we be real? The only thing interesting about Cal is her sister. Not Kathy, Kim. Her and Kim's sad sister relationship was the only interesting thing about her. Without Kim, Kyle doesn't matter on the show. Not in real life, but without Kim, it's just like, who the hell wants to see Kyle? Missy B2 said, at the reunion, Kyle was saying Denise needs to just be open and honest. When Denise tells her side, tells her side that keep going because that's not what they want to hear. These women are exhausting. I absolutely wrote that in my notes. Like when Kyle was saying, well, Denise, if Denise was just open and honest, everything would be fine. She told you her truth. You didn't believe it because you don't like her. If Teddy said the same thing, Kyle would listen. Kyle will believe it. If it was anybody else but Denise, she would have believed it. You don't like her. You want to destroy her. You want to get the girl off the show. Let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. Because, baby, when you and your sister came together with this Brandy storyline mess, we all caught it from the beginning. We all knew that this was taped at a later time. Nothing matched. Y'all looks was different. Y'all Botox wasn't matching up. Y'all, I think I think she was either packing or unpacking, and Kim was coming to return a dress to her before they go out to Brandy's birthday dinner. But Kyle was saying, oh, Kim is coming to return the dress so that I could take it on the trip. Kim walks in and she says, hey, I had this dress and I thought you will look good in it. So this is why I'm coming over. I just wanted to drop by and give you the dress. I thought that she was returning your dress so that you can go to Rome. No, y'all can't keep your story together. Kim probably forgot the script and just walked in when the producer said action, when the director of the scene said action. Kim just walked in and improvised based off of what you told her. The stories were different, but you never said anything. You never said, oh no, remember, you're borrowing my dress. You just went along with it. Like we wouldn't catch it. We catch everything. So we all knew that Cal put this whole thing together. It's so typical. It's so embarrassing. It's so sad. And it's just like, you don't have to do this. We will watch you guys if y'all actually give us something. Y'all don't have to keep on ganging up on women at y'all big ages and getting them off the show. Who wants to watch that? None of us. Wait, Dowface 2905 said that Renna is trying to gaslight us into believing it's Bravo's fault. How? Well, Will Smalls, the reason why people say that is because since I got out here, that's been the story. That's just it's just been like a known thing. Like, can we just be real? There's a lot of men out here in Hollywood who, live very different lives than what you see on TV. They have to do that because, although America is supposed to be like this democracy, it's very the shows are very conservative. You know what I mean? So that's just the reality. It's not a big deal. That's just people's lives. But my issue with that is not trying to expose him or whatever, but it's just like, why can you do that to Denise, but it can't be done to you? It's not fair. If you're going to start going behind the scenes and going into how y'all all are living double and sensuous lives outside of this show, let it be for everybody and not just for one person you don't like. That is my issue. Harry can live whatever life he wants. We like him. It's his wife that we got an issue with. Hey, Truth. I actually didn't even watch the show. Yeah, that Brandy and Kyle scene was fake. Yes, thank you, Pilots and Pugs. Make sure you give me some likes. They're exhausting. Wait a minute, Jimmy G. What? She said that Rina posted on her stories that Bravo wants negativity. That's reality TV. That's what you signed up for. So now you're feeling bad because of how you look on TV after you burned down a 20-year friendship for this Bravo check. Now Bravo wants the negativity. That's the job you signed up for. They want the drama. Like, this show is supposed to be a knockoff version of Dynasty. Have you seen Dynasty? That's what the show is about. Like, you have to give us this. But now you're feeling bad because you realize that you did Denise dirty and nobody is agreeing with you. Now the tables are turning and now you want to put it on Bravo. Then you're going to put it on Kyle. Next season is going to be a mess. I don't know what they're going to do. I heard some rumors that, Brandy might be coming back. And I know a lot of people don't like Brandy. I'm not a fan of her on this show because I don't think she's well, right? But if she comes back, I'm telling you, that girl is going to give us a season. She's going to burn this show down to the ground and they're going to have to rebuild. Excuse me. They're probably going to rebuild with the new cast. They're going to have to. Brandy is going to come in, get a little liquor in her, and tell everybody's business. That will be a season. She will burn it down. And it needs to. You know what I mean? It needs to go. Hey, Zavita. Rena is asking that the fans should let Bravo know that we don't want the fights. We want the fun and the glamour. Yes, we love that as well. But these ladies don't bring the fun and the glamour. Y'all don't. That is what Atlanta is known for, fun, right? The glamour. New York is known for the glamour and the mess. Beverly Hills is supposed to be like the uber wealthy with, the shade, but they can cuss each other out, but they'll cuss each other out in diamonds and hop on a private jet and go to, this deserted island that is only for wealthy people. And they'll sit around and they'll shade each other, but they'll still give us a good show. Y'all haven't done that. Y'all sitting around in Encino in these basic fashions, not giving us any kind of storyline or any kind of season. That's not what Beverly Hills is supposed to be about. I'm just going to say it. Without Vanderpump, there is no show. There is no show. They need her. She was the only one, in my opinion, who served what Beverly Hills was supposed to be about. I don't know if Teddy got fired, though, because Kyle has a lot of pull over that show. I don't know if Teddy got fired. If Teddy leaves the show, it's because the FBI is lurking over that husband. Because I'm not trying to say nothing, but his security business, all of them houses that he's securing, they get robbed too often for me. Remember, if you guys know who Pop Smoke is, his security, not only did he secure that home, that was also Teddy and her husband's home. That was their Airbnb. And it was, you got this super security system. How did the men break in there and kill that man? And the cops came by later. So why is everybody getting robbed with your security service? Something is up. Something is up. So if Teddy left that show, it's because somebody getting locked up. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Well, no, Will, I don't know if he is. I'm just saying that it's always been like an understanding, you know. So that's why people keep on saying, like, I've heard that for years about him. I don't know it for sure. If I did, I wouldn't say it because it's not my business. But I was just saying that there is not truth to it because I don't know for sure, but there's legs to it because it has been said a lot. Like the same thing with Denise and Brandy. Sutton was like, "Oh, I've been hearing that since 2018." That's the same thing what people are saying about Harry. No, I don't know personally if it's true, but it wasn't a shocker to me. You know what I mean? I just heard. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I've heard that before." Don't know if it's true, but we do know that he takes these freaking trips for 30 days and nobody knows where he goes. But can't nobody say nothing about can't nobody say nothing about her husband. But you can talk about Denise's husband and her marriage, and that's okay. Your friend of 20 years? Something is wrong. Yeah, yes, Pink Petals. Brandy will bring it. I'm telling you, she would burn this show down. Especially since on the reunion, Brenna was like, "Oh, I don't like Brandy," and she knows it. Really? You wasn't acting like you ain't like Brandy on that show. You calling her credible. She's a nice girl. She wouldn't lie, but you don't like her. You sitting there having dialogue with the girl that you don't like. After Brandy heard that, I'm telling you, if she is on this show next season, she gonna come with some heat. Hey, Alicia. Oh, let's talk about the husband, Kim and Vanderpump. The best thing that happened to that show. The best thing. Kim went in. It was only when she just couldn't control her demons. You know, unfortunately, she just had a lot of issues and she couldn't be on the show. And I think she's still going through some things. That aside, she was a great cast member. She gave you a season. Like when she gave Rena back that bunny. Come on, Kim. Kim gave you a season. She gave you an episode. She gave you a moment. She was so good on that show, and so was Vanderpump. Without them, there is no show, and you can tell. You can tell. Listen, okay, so let me see if I have any more notes about what I want to talk about before we get into the recasting. We talked about Teddy possibly being fired. Garcelle and that charity. I believe Kyle. Oh yeah, the ladies ganged up on Denise. Oh, this is what I want to talk about with Brandy. I do believe Denise when she said that Brandy was reaching out to her because when she heard that she got cast on the show, Brandy was reaching out to her, you know, telling her all the tea about the ladies. That's just normal. A lot of the women who are trying to get back on the show reach out to new cast members to forge some sort of relationship so that they can be brought back in on the show, maybe as like a friend of the show. So, or you know, just film enough scenes where Bravo has to pay them. That's the same thing that Camille Grammer does that the ladies hate. I'm just like, y'all can hate that she lashes onto people to come back on the show because y'all don't want her on the show. However, when Camille comes, she gives you a scene and she gives a hell of a confessional. She's doing the work for you because you're not doing it. You know, a lot of people may not like Camille, but when she comes, she gives you a show. Wasn't Camille the one that brought that psychic that red cow for Phil? This is the kind of show we need. Other than that, it's boring. Nobody wants to see it. Keep on giving me those likes, guys. Yeah, and I think that's what's happening. Dway, Cadola, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. That's what I think is happening. Rena backstabbed for a check. And I think she just is starting to feel bad. Now it's Bravo's fault. You're a grown woman. You didn't have to say none of that stuff. You didn't have to sit there talking to your friend of 20 years and go, ooh, you're so angry. What friend does that? What friend does that? You sat in that car with Denise and Garcelle and you talked about those ladies together. Then when you got with Kyle and all of them, you're going to say that Denise was saying all this stuff like you weren't conversing with her and agreeing. Rick saw herself this season, didn't like it either. And now it's Bravo's fault. You're grown. You're grown. Oh, the husbands are very shady. A lot of them are in all kinds of wire fraud scams. Listen, Beverly Hills or LA and all this stuff, a lot of people are faking it till they make it. A lot of people, all this stuff is leased. A lot of these homes are rented. Like, they don't have it, but you got to look like you got it to get some kind of status so that you can get in the door. Wait, the Earthquake production hates Camille. They have to they got to do something new with the production team, because they're responsible for this show, and they're only giving us this like squeaky clean version of the people that they like, and then dragging the ones that they don't like. Because I think Denise only got this edit because she wouldn't show up to film stuff, and she would leave. Remember when that producer cussed her out, and he was like, "Oh no, you cannot leave like that. Get back in there and tell them how you really feel. This isn't right." Like, the way that man was talking to her, I was like, this is a producer? Like, I get why he was talking to her like that, because he needed to have a scene. They didn't have anything this season. So he needed for Denise to sit there and fight with those ladies so that they can have something. I think they were sick of Denise leaving confrontations and not giving them a show. I think that was the issue. So they gave her this edit. You don't want to play ball. You don't get to look all nice and cute. We will craft a storyline for you. She didn't play ball, and that's what happened. They didn't do it with Garcelle. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. They didn't do it with her because she's Black. What they weren't going to do is talk to the first Black cast member on this show like that. They were not going to treat her like that. I know Garcelle brought it up in the reunion, and she was just like, "Oh, I wish they wouldn't, because we're all human. We're all people. We ain't all equal, honey." And they did not want to get on camera talking sassy to a Black woman, especially the first Black woman on the show who is outnumbered racially on this show. They knew exactly what to do, which is why everybody handled you with the 10-foot spoon. Like, they were very careful with dealing with you, because nobody wants the backlash. Listen, I'll take that over disrespect. And the only one, and the reason why Garcelle and what's her name, Erica, did really well is because, let's be real, Erica is, a white girl that grew up in the inner city. Not the inner city, but she grew up around Black people. That's just what I'm going to say. You can tell by the way Erica talks. You can tell how comfortable Erica is around Garcelle, and just, you can tell by her energy. You can tell everything about her, by how she dresses, by how she speaks. You know that there is a Black community that Erica grew up in. That's it. We don't talk about it for what reason, I don't know, but they were able to get comfortable as friends because Erica is comfortable with her. Cal and a lot of the ladies are not comfortable with people who do not look like them or are not within their community, because when the relationships that they have with people who look like Garcelle is either sex work or service. So they don't, want to be on camera telling her to, get the coats and being like, "Oh goodness, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tell you to do that." You know what I mean? Because it can be read the correct way and it could mess up people's career. So they were very careful with her, because that's just their reality. America is very segregated. We want to bring out to the rest of the world that we're not, but we are. You know what I mean? We stick with our tribes. We don't really venture out unless it's work, and then we go back to our tribe. So that, I think a lot of the ladies just did not feel comfortable with her. Erica was the only one. Kyle leads the group. So of course, Garcelle felt that energy from her. Dorit as well. Dorit is somebody who, I don't think she grew up in a diverse community, but I think she has worked in diverse communities since she was very young. So that's another way that she was very comfortable with somebody who did not look like her. I think the rest of the ladies did not have that experience, so they were not comfortable with her. And instead of saying that, they just said, "Oh, well, I didn't really know her." Okay, we know what it is. We know what it is. I can't believe production hates Camille. She's so good for that show. Wait, what did Will Small say? Because y'all responding to him. Will, what did you say? Because I can't catch it. People are talking about it, though. Yeah, I hope I covered that for you, Kyle. Beverly Hills doesn't know how to do racism. This is the thing. I feel like if we just talked about it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I think Bravo or the non-people of color cast members, are white people, let's just say it, are just really afraid of that conversation because, they're afraid of saying the wrong thing. Listen, that's how you learn. That's how you learn. Like, just have the conversation. It won't be as bad as you think it is. If you don't know something, just ask. You got to ask the right, person of color though, because some people of color don't feel like that. Some people of color will read you for filth. Just get the right ones who feel like educating, who want to have that conversation with you, who have a relationship with you where they know that you really don't know. You know what I mean? Because you just can't approach no random person of color and be like, oh my goodness, what is racism like? You will get read for filth. But I think if they just had that conversation, it would have been a much better season. But the ladies were just really afraid to touch that. Andy was afraid to touch that. Listen, Andy is a privileged, wealthy, gay white man, right? Who his 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 connection to people who are not like him, specifically black women, is in a way where he's enamored by them, right? He loves the way they speak. He loves how they dress. Let's just tell it how it really is. He loves their sassiness. You know what I mean? Because Andy is always, you can see when he is, hosting the reunions, he's so excited for Atlanta. He ain't excited for no other one, but Atlanta, he is so excited to be around those larger than life black women. He's enamored by them, right? So that's his relationship. He is I don't want to say fetish, but he's really like enamored by, just everything concerning a black woman. He don't really have relationships with them. He probably does now, but that show made those relationships happen. Before that, no, he didn't really have that, right? So I think that's what happens with a lot of the ladies on this show, like throwing in a black person to, be like, oh, look, we're ahead of the time. We're being diverse. You didn't really check with the cast to see if that was something that they can handle on TV. A lot of them probably needed some coaching about how to deal with somebody who does not look like them, because that is not their reality. And that's just the truth. That is just the truth. The only reason why Brandy is credible this year is because they don't like Denise. If she's on the show, she won't be credible again. Just watch. Oh, Denise was lying big time. I like her, but she was lying big time. She could not keep her lies together. I think she wants to. And listen, Rena was right. Denise was trying to keep this kind of image of herself on the show, right? After she already came in with a different identity, she shows up this season with another identity, and the cast is just like, well, who the hell is this woman? We didn't meet this chick last season. You came on the show talking about hand jobs from like massage parlors that you and your husband get. That's how you introduced us to yourself. Now all of a sudden you're this conservative mom who's just like, this is bad. I don't want my kids to know those things. I get the ladies being frustrated by that. But I believe in the beginning when Denise explained why she was being a little, apprehensive about the image that she showed on the show. I think that was enough. I think that was enough. Excuse me. I mean, it was enough for me when somebody says, well, I'm fighting for the custody of my kids, so I have to, be a certain way. I get that. I would have respected that. But I also understand the ladies being like, well, this is not who you really are. And we don't want to be fake with this person. You know what I mean? But again, they're not being honest about their storyline. So I don't really know where to go with that, because again, it's a double standard. They can do this, but Denise can't. I also feel like if Denise couldn't be honest and be herself on this show because of the things that she was dealing with, maybe she should have stepped away this season. She could have gladly told production, I can't really film because I'm dealing with custody issues with my ex. I can obviously fulfill my contract another season, but right now I can't be my full true self. So, let me back away. That could have happened as well, but she didn't do it. So, Brandy is absolutely desperate to be back on the show. LA is expensive. Keeping up this lifestyle is expensive. Them kids, the child support she's getting from them, no shade, she's getting from an actor who books Lifetime movies, and not often. The checks are not big for LA. They're big if you live in Kansas. They're big if you live in Newark, New Jersey, but you live in LA. They're not big checks. So she's desperate to get one of the best checks that she ever had in her life back. Totally understandable. She's doing whatever she needs to do. Yeah, Denise got a horrible edit, and I think it's because she didn't play ball, unfortunately. But Mother was lying her behind off, and I like her. I'm like, girl, but I got to be real here. You can't keep your lies together. We need to make Camille full time and that psychic full time. And Faye Resnick, you guys don't like Faye Resnick. I love her. She will bring the shade. She will bring the fashions. Listen, that man has dated a lot of wealthy men in Los Angeles. She will bring it. She has it. I don't know why she's never gotten a peach, or not a peach, a diamond, or never even been a friend of the show. Even when she does film, it's like one scene and we don't see her for the rest of the season. She's good. I don't know why production don't deal with her. When she is on good you know what, Will? I'm missing all the stuff that you are saying and I'm so upset. They really didn't need to let it go, though. But yeah, they did. That was another thing. Nobody agreed with Denise walking thing and, not being honest. We all knew that she was lying about any and everything, right? That was annoying. But the fact that they didn't let it go, the fact that they let that control the season, it was giving me Puppygate. Remember how we all hated Puppygate? It was just like, really? Are we going to spend the whole season fighting about a puppy? And we did. We did. And we spent the whole this season fighting about a rumor. They have to have something more interesting going on. I mean, at least on the Real Housewives of Orange County, you get cancer scandals. You know what I mean? Like, you get something. Beverly Hills don't deliver. They need Vanderpump. They need Vanderpump. They need Camille. And unfortunately, they need Brandy. Brandy is messy. Brandy will come in and burn it down. Unfortunately, that's what needs to happen so that the show can be rebuilt in a different way with a whole new cast. I did hear some tea that they are, oh God. No. And that's not Beverly Hills, that's New York. We're about to get into New York. I love New York. I'm so glad. I'm so mad that I couldn't film a review for it after every episode. I was watching it though, but I was just way too busy. But New York brings it. New York brings it. That's the thing, Dollface. Denise did answer that. Kyle was just like, if you just tell us what happened, she told you her truth. Y'all didn't want to hear it. Y'all didn't believe it. It wasn't good enough for you. Kyle Scott, I love Ali Landry. I think she is such a sweet person. She will not go to the bowels of hell. That's where you have to go on these shows to give us a good season. And again, I like Garcelle. I don't think that she is good for this show because I don't think, again, that she will go to the bowels of hell. You're going to have to get messy. You're going to have to show us a different side of you. That sweet image. You can't do that. Like these women, they're brutal. You're going to have to get messy. And I just don't think that that's who Garcelle is. I don't think she will do it. Even when like the ladies were coming for her at the reunion. Oh, I can't believe you said that. Moving on. No, deal with it. Go back and forth with her, but that's not who Garcelle is. She's not going to go back and forth with Kyle. She's not going to go back and forth with anybody. She's going to want everybody to be friends. She's going to want to try to mend things. If things get out of hand, she's going to back out and mind her business. You know what I mean? This is why people like Bethany and Nene and Vicky Gunvalson and what's another one of those friends? What's another one? Teresa Giudice. This is why these people are so memorable from these shows because they go there. Even if we don't like it, they will give you a scene. They will start producing. They will sit there and be like, listen, this is the tea I know about one of these cast members, and you would never suspect it because she's so good at it. You would never suspect that this woman has orchestrated an entire scene by just saying one word or talking to one person. They produce scenes to give you a good season. I appreciate it because they see that, oh, this is going nowhere. Let me tell you the tea that this person said about you when we were out getting our nails done. Now we got something, because now this person that got this information that you done said about them from this person who was just like, oh my goodness, I thought you knew. Oh, I wouldn't have said it like that if you knew that. If you didn't know, I'm sorry. Now we got a beef. Now these two are mad at each other. Now these two are going to go in their confessionals and drag each other. Now these two are going to get into it every time they see each other. Now we got something going on. We got a beef. We got a war. We don't have no puppy gate. That, and it's one person who does it, guys. If I ever tell you who it is, you'll be like, no, she's so freaking good. She's so freaking, she gives you a season. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, wait, I'm missing all your conversations. Every chance she got, Garcelle kept on talking about her race. Those ladies didn't want to go near that. Absolutely, so what? But again, I don't think that was Garcelle. I think that was ignorant production. I think production, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I don't believe they have one black person on that production team. I think that there was a white producer sitting in that room with Garcelle, asking her all these questions about race, because although we all love Garcelle, her being black is the only reason why she was hired. They needed diversity, and it was just like, oh, Garcelle. Like, it was just it was an idea that they need to mix it up because the world is changing. You know what I mean? So it was just like, oh, let's get a black person. Garcelle was available. They liked her the most. That's all it was. They didn't pick Garcelle because they thought she would be a good fit for the show. They needed a black. That's the only reason why. And they thought that that was the most interesting thing about her. So that's why we also never really got to know everything about Garcelle, because when there was time that we would get to know her, they would bring up her being black, her being, poor and being black, and her being black and marrying a white man, and her kids having a white father and a black mom. There is so much more to know about Garcelle. And then again, as a black, I'm not saying that that is a bad thing, but our skin color is not our entire identity. That is who we are to people who are not black. Because when I step in a room, that's why I always say I'm black first. Because when I step in a room, all you see is my skin. You don't deal with my sex. I'm black. So everything that you think about black people, good, bad, negative, all that stuff, that's what you put on me without even hearing my voice, right? So that's all they thought about Garcelle, was that, oh, here is a black person on this show. Let's discuss it, because we're thinking that our viewers don't know what a black is. That's what it was. And probably those people who were creating the show, again, do not have relationships with black people outside of porn and service work. That's why you get these kind of narratives. That's why when you see a show with like, what is a show that has a diverse writing team? And Orange is the New Black. Orange is the New Black, a show about, women and who happen to be incarcerated. But it's a show, and that show kept on winning awards because when you as a woman watch that show, it's relatable to you. You get it, you feel it, you are in it with those ladies, because it is somebody who has those same experiences, because this is who they are writing that work for you. So when you watch it, you're just like, absolutely, yes, oh my God, yes, you get it. And it starts, and it became such a phenomenon because the stories were so true and so real, because the people behind it actually lived that experience. If Garcelle had a black producer in there talking to her, I guarantee you we would have heard that she was black once, and it would have been about everything else. And that's just the issue. Wait, did I say Giselle? Miss Brown Sugar? I thought I said Garcelle. Oh, no. The person that I'm talking about? No, I'm not going to say who, but I'm telling you, she's good. She's good. You will never know, but she's good. And that is the reason why she keeps on coming back on that show, because she knows how to do the work. I think the issue with Kyle and Denise is that Kyle did not like the fact that, remember when Denise came on the show, it was so huge. Everybody was so excited about it, and nobody was talking about anybody else on that show. Everybody was talking about Denise because outside of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, we know her, we like her, and everybody was running to this show to, see Denise. And I think that Kyle didn't like that. Kyle doesn't like anybody getting more attention than her. She does not like that. And I told you, you guys need to listen to me. I told you, as soon as Maurizio started making some good coin, Kyle was going to become a different person, because until then, she was always going to be Vanderpump's flunky because she was not making the same amount of money. But when her husband started bringing in that coin, started, getting them $billion deals, she started talking different. She started looking different, and she started to cuss out Vanderpump. But when she ain't had no money, you know what I mean? When she was still shopping at Kohl's, you would have never caught her talking to Vanderpump like that. But when she, started feeling herself, and she started getting a little coin, when she could spend $10,000 on the shopping spree and not feel bad about it, when she could do all of that, that's when she came for Vanderpump. She ain't never liked that woman. I will say this though, you guys have said who the person is. I'm not going to confirm it, but y'all know she does a great job. She will always be on that show because she will give you a season. That's the thing. And I think that's why they hired Garcelle as well, because they, heard about her, sending out that email that he cheated to all of those people. That's one thing. In her, 25-year history of working in this industry, that is the only messy thing that we know about Garcelle. And I think that she just, she was in her emotions, so she did it. That's not an everyday occurrence for Garcelle. That's the only reason why I think that, she's not a good fit for this show. I like her, but I just don't think that she will. I don't think she'll pull a Rinna. Rinna will do what she has to do. Rinna will burn friendships. She will do what. The fact that she sacrificed a 20-year friendship for this show. Listen, money, capitalism, right? Because when Denise was sitting there crying, I think she really got it, that this friendship was done. I think she realized that there's no going back. Because I think throughout the whole reunion, Denise was still trying to talking about Lisa as a friend. And I'm like, girl, you got to let this girl go. She is not your friend. And I think when she started crying, Rinna started to really feel bad. So what? Dorit just started dressing like that 2 seasons ago. That's why Kyle has an issue with her, because she was not dressing like that before. And everybody's talking about Dorit because we're loving her fashions. Kyle, remember when Erica came on the show, everybody was talking about Erica's looks, and Kyle had an issue with her. I'm telling you, Kyle is that girl. You can be her friend. You just cannot do better than her. You can't get more attention than her. She is fine with you as long as you are under her feet. She is fine with Teddy as long as she plays her role, and that is her flunky. I'm Team Lisa Vanderpump since day one. Day one, she made that show. Yeah, I think that Garcelle will ask blunt questions, right? But with Garcelle, as soon as she realizes she offended somebody, she's like, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that at all. And she's serious about it, right? Garcelle is not the kind of person who will say something shady and let it simmer, you know what I mean? And let it build all season. And then, like Rinna, and then come back and be like, listen, how can we move forward right when the show is about to wrap up? Garcelle won't do that. She will apologize right away and be like, oh my goodness, I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I love the fact that she's blunt, right? But when she realizes that she offended somebody, she will fix it right away. Brenna will know that she's going to say something to cut deep, right? She'll say it. She'll let it simmer. She'll act like she doesn't know what she said. Then she'll get defensive. She'll let the season go on. And right when we're about to get to the reunion, I'm sorry. I realize that I didn't own it, but she's giving you a scene. She's giving you a season. She's giving us something to watch, whether we like it or not. But she's the only one doing it. Oh, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cannot get anybody Latino. Oh my, if they get anybody Latino or Mexican, my God, today, that show will get canceled. No. Yeah, LVP all day. LVP all day. That show needs her. Yes, we do. What else did I want before we get into the new cast members? That clip of the ladies going after. Yeah, remember that clip that they showed of the ladies going after everybody talking about their families? Like if anybody said anything about the families, they went after that person and everybody understood. But as soon as it was Denise, nobody got it because they don't like her. Can we just talk about listen, I like Denise, right? I liked her on the show. I just felt like she couldn't commit to it. I also felt like Denise was dealing with some substance issues. She just seemed, especially in her confessionals, she seemed like she had, a couple of shots of Henny. You know what I mean? Like she just always seemed a little, well, Rena. She just seemed a little tipsy every time, right? Even at this reunion. Like when Andy is talking to her, I don't have anything. But she's on her, she starts to be on her phone and Andy is asking her questions and she's just like, I gotta go. I have to study my lines. I can't. Andy is like, where the hell are you going? Like, you're at work right now. We're filming a reunion. You can't leave. Well, I'm done. I have work in the morning. Denise, I love her for this show, but I want her on this show sober. I feel the same way about Dorinda. I love her on this show. I'm sad that she's leaving. I want her back, but I want her sober. I like Denise, but there was something going on. She was a totally different person last season than who she is this season. She probably was drinking a bit because of what was going on with, the custody battle or whatever. But yeah, this wasn't a good season for you, Denise. I'm sad to see you go. I would say that I want you back, but if I say that I'm just being nice, I'm not being honest. You're not built for this, and that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean? You're not built to go to the bowels of hell for a reality TV show. That's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? You're good for like the Food Network as a good host. You're wholesome. You're wholesome. Do some Hallmark movies. That is more your speed. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills ain't it. Ain't it? I'm sorry, honey. Yes. What happened to Sutton? She came in really, real nasty, real coming for everybody. And then all of a sudden she turned into this 13-year-old kid and just like, don't talk to me like that. Stop it. What happened? I don't know. That was her transition was really weird for me. Jimmy G, thank you. I didn't like that. She says, how, or I don't know your gender, Jimmy, so I apologize. But Jimmy says, how about when the ladies implied that Aaron was abusive? I don't get abusive from Aaron. I get that they were both in a little tense situation and he was upset that his wife was making him leave because he probably wanted to read those ladies for filth again in her defense. And he did not like the fact that she was, making him leave. And I think he just said that to her, the crushing your hand thing, it was inappropriate to say, period. I'm not going to make an excuse for that. I don't think that he beats her, guys. The way they were trying, Denise, you ain't built for this. I would have cussed them broads out. I would have cussed them broads out. If you like the way they came for this woman's marriage and made it seem like it was okay. I hated that. That was one of the things I really hated this season because I'm like, can't nobody else talk about your marriages? But y'all can put out there that this woman is cheating on her husband with a woman. You know what you're doing when you say that. To me, it was just diabolical. It was diabolical. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, especially when this woman is obviously not in on the storyline and doesn't want to play this. She has denied this offer every single time, and y'all keep on trying to make her play this scene. I'm sorry. I'm talking to improv. Forgive me. Denise, tipsy or high, something. Yeah, she likes tequila with a little bit of Advil. Like something was up. Something was up. I love her. But that was not the same Denise that we got the season before. But this is the thing. If Sutton knew how much people disliked her, how did she find that out and then change in the season? That her transition was so weird. She came in, oh my, I'm a fashion girl, darling. I do Dolce and Gabbana, Balenciaga, Couture, and then it was just like, oh my God, you guys are being mean to me. What happened? It was a weird transition, and it was never addressed. Maybe that's who she is. Maybe, the 13-year-old girl, that's who Sutton is. And maybe they told her to come in this way. Maybe that was her idea, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Oh, Sutton is every bit of a Southern belle when she can dish it out, but she can't take it. A tea, please. Kelsey Phillips. That is a really smart take. That probably is it. Kelsey Phillips says, do you think that she developed an addiction due to her surgery or hernia? That's a possibility, because she is a totally different Denise. Totally different Denise. And it happens all the time. So there's no judgment there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to read all your comments to keep up. Oh, Eartha Kid says, I think that Sutton changed because of her alliance. She came in with Rinna, so she tried acting like her. Then she did. Probably. Yes, Kelsey Phillips. That was a good point. That was a really good point. All right, we've talked enough about them broads for way too long. Let's get into something more interesting. The only, housewife franchise that consistently brings it, the Real Housewives of New York. The Real Housewives on New York. Before we get into the Real Housewives of New York, let's talk about the that I think needs to happen. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think it'll ever happen until we do a production company for Beverly Hills. But Cal needs to go. She brings nothing to the show. She brings nothing to the show. No, I'm not being shady here, but Cal is a Cynthia. A Cynthia should never lead a show. She just doesn't have that personality, likability to lead a show. She is a great ensemble member, right? Because you need that middle ground person who wants everybody to be friends, but she can't lead. Vanderpump can lead this show. Who else can lead this show outside of Vanderpump? Erica, if she wanted to, could do it, but she's so insecure about who she is. So, and although she puts on this front, she's very insecure about who she is, and you can see it with how she falls in line. I don't think anybody can really lead that show. I don't think anybody really stepped up to that position, and I think with Vanderpump leaving, there's a huge void. I think Bravo needs to do whatever they have to do and pay Vanderpump whatever she wants to come back. I really do, because at this point, there's nobody. There's nobody that can really lead this show. So I think if Vanderpump doesn't come back, they just got to recast. The only people who I would want to stay, and I'm thinking about where the world is going, right? Where the world is moving. The only people who I think should come back is Erica, because let's be real. She gives the fashions. She is somebody that can get along with a lot of people. My only issue with her is that she falls in line too quickly. She doesn't push back. If something becomes uncomfortable for her and she feels like she's the outsider, she will switch up real quick. But she does bring fashions. She does bring a little shade, and she's cool. She's a cool chick, and I think a lot of younger fans respond to her well, and especially the gay community. That's another huge fan base for these kind of shows. So I think she should come back. Dorit brings the fashions, but the only reason why I'm a little apprehensive on her is she does not give us the truth. It's my only issue with Dorit. We find out stuff about her on page 6. We don't find out things that she's going through on the show. And she's somebody who keeps up with the Joneses. They don't really have the money. That's fine, right? But girl, you got a nice little skinny body. You dress cute. The young people like you. You don't really have to keep up this facade. You could be that fly chick to be like, listen, me and my man are going through some things financially, but baby, I still look good. I still look sickening. The FBI may come in and raid my home, but they're not taking my LV hoop earrings. She could be that girl. but she just doesn't. So I have two people that I want to come back, but I'm iffy about them. Outside of those two people, I don't want to see anybody else come back. I think Rinna has too low, and she's just not likable anymore. Rinna is just not likable anymore. Denise can't handle it. Garcelle is too sweet. Sutton is not on the wrong show. Sutton is better suited for Orange County, in my opinion. Um, yeah, I think they need new blood after that. I think they need more diverse and younger people on the show, and it's not because I think that they should get rid of, I'm not, it's not ageism. I don't think any of these women age outside of the show. Y'all know I want Vanderpump to come back, but I think we just need young and young new money on this show, because those kind of people who go out for reality TV shows will give you a show. No shade, but somebody in their 20s is not going to be apprehensive about doing what they got to do to get a good scene. Now, if you're in your 30s, you might do what you have to do. If like 30s and 40s or later, you might do what you have to do to give them a good scene, but they're going to pay you. That's what I'm saying. Young people don't really look at the contracts like they need to. Somebody older than that will most definitely do that. So you got to get somebody who is real naive. No shade, no shade. That's the business, right? So I think if they get somebody maybe 20s, early 30s, somebody who is new money, somebody who's probably married to somebody in the entertainment industry, or somebody who is married to a tech guy, who just blew up and got some money, somebody who is not afraid to go to, the plastic surgeon on camera, somebody who will do what they have to do, somebody who will give you viral moments, like them selling sunset broads. That's who they need on Beverly Hills. Somebody who has a elderly husband and is honest about what that relationship is. Somebody who's just like, yes, I'm 22. My husband is 92. He wants somebody young and hot, and I want somebody wealthy who's about to die. That's what this show needs, because it's on life support. It's on life support. Like, this cast is not working. It's not working. Who do you guys think should join this show? If you have any idea of a person you think should join, or if you have if you have a name or an idea, let's talk about it. Yes, Chizzy, we need to know what's going on with Dorit. She will survive it. I think she's afraid that her image and all this stuff will die out. People don't like you because they think that you and PK are these people who have money. That's not why they like you. They like you because you're skinny and people like how you dress. That's why people like you. Don't nobody care about you and PK. Tom never, I ain't even want to say, he don't support Erica. Like, it is what it is. He takes care of her, and that's it. But she keeps on trying to make people believe that this is a relationship of love. Ain't nobody judging you off of that. This is the season of the woman. We are scamming. We are getting the bags at all costs. We support you. We support your OnlyFans. We support you getting the bag by dating somebody older. We know what it is. We support you. Just be honest. Oh, that Salt Lake City trailer. I can't wait for those broads. I'm excited. I'm excited about them. I'm excited about the evangelist who married her grandfather. I'm excited about her, and I'm excited about that big Mormon chick. Oh, girl, Salt Lake is gonna bring it. Will Smith's ex-wife. I know her, not like on a personal level, but I know her. I don't think she'll bring it. I don't think she'll bring it. She's a Garcelle. She's a Garcelle. She'll feel bad for shading somebody. She will try to fix it right away. You need somebody who will let that shade simmer. Wait, who is Heather and Tariq? Make it and get married. Oh, I don't know who those people are. Tori Spelling, no. She's exhausted her reality TV show opportunities. Yes, them selling sunset broads will do great on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I wouldn't even, mind if Bravo just hired them after they finish their Netflix selling sunset season. Just hire them for this show. Like, when they're not working, hire them for this, because they will give you a show. But yeah, we're not judging. We know what it is. Women know what it is. Listen, we are oppressed. We got to do what we got to do. Ain't no woman judging you. We want you to get the bag. Yes, yes. Nicole Murphy. Oh, so what? You know what? I think that's a good pick. I don't think Eddie will allow it. I don't think he'll allow it. She's got a lot of mess, but I don't think Eddie will allow it. And she is not trying to mess up that relationship. Really? The girl from Selling Sunset is engaged to Tariq from HGTV? Yes, Jazzy Go, good pick. Good job, Jazzy Go. Kamora Lee Simmons, absolutely. However, I think she's a great pick. I don't think that she will do it because she's going to have to talk about Russell Simmons, and she won't do it. Again, just like Nicole Murphy, she's not gonna mess up that relationship. That's money. So I don't think she would do it. Oh, the wife of a lister. Yes. You know what, Jacqueline? No, Kobe's wife won't be good. No. The fans won't even allow it. She has to be protected at all costs. Candace Kane. Who is Candace Kane, Anthony? Yeah, oh, Vanessa don't need that check. But she, no, no, no. We would not want her on that show. Lena? Lena Roshan? Who is Lena Roshan? Lena Roshan. Who is that? Listen, when y'all give me these names, y'all gotta give me. Oh wait, are you talking about Leela Rashawn, who was married to that director who like cheated on her with one of his actors? That poor actress, she ain't got another job since then. Leela Rashawn, I don't think she would do it either. I don't think she would do it either. Who can we get on that show? Who would make it like? Darn it, I can't think of anybody. Let me look up middle age actresses. Who would do it? Yeah, I don't know. Middle-aged socialites. How about that? A socialite would do it. Yeah, oh, wait. Guys, I just got a really great person, but I think she burned her bridges with Bravo. But Kenya Burris's ex-wife. They getting divorced? Lori Loughlin. Yes. Yes. Fresh out of prison? Yes. Haley Baldwin won't do it. She won't do it. She won't do it. She's way too young though. Like I think this show needs like early 30s, not the 20s. I don't think they'll work in that. Um, but Kenya Burris' ex-wife. Oh, child, I thought they were still married. Lori Loughlin is great. What's another one? Okay, Teddy's Scandal. Somebody who I think she's a writer for the New York Post, but she comes from some kind of money. She exposed Teddy's starvation camp on Instagram. She would be good. But I think she's more suited for New York than Beverly Hills. I don't think she's a BH girl. Who would be good for B? We got to think about that. Let's move on to New York. But while we're talking about New York, start giving me some more names and we'll see. We'll see. But like them socialite girls would be perfect. They would be perfect. I can't think of anybody though. I cannot think of any socialite that I don't know them like that. I don't know, but a socialite. One of them socialites will be really good. Who is such a train wreck? Who is such a train wreck? I forget her name, but Rod Stewart, something Stewart. His daughter, I think she will be good. I think she will be good for the show. Lisa Ray McCoy. Oh, she would be fighting them broads. No, we can't. We can't get her on that show. I think she would be good for Atlanta. Lisa Ray McCoy would be great for Atlanta. Paris Hilton, billionaire. See, that's the thing. We're getting into people who got money. We just need to deal with multimillionaires and new money. Billionaires won't do what they need to do. They won't. Stacey Dash would have been great outside of 2020. 2020, there's no way they would be considering a conservative woman, an out and proud conservative woman for any of these reality TV shows. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Well, no, she was a socialite back in the day, but since she had Benicio del Toro's baby, she's been chill. She's been chill. What's Spencer Pratt? What's his wife's name? She be good. She be good for that show. She'd be good for that show. Yeah, Ralph, I have seen Potomac. I did the live review for Potomac at 12 p.m. today. If you want to go back and check, that live is up. Heidi Montag. Great. Heidi Klum wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. We'll keep on giving those names though. Let's get into New York. New York served. New York served. I'm mad that I couldn't keep up the reviews because I love that show. I think they did a great job. I love those ladies. I think they overperform. Yeah, they give us a show. They give us fashions. They show us around New York. They dine at the best restaurants. They also give us drama. They give us shade. They give us laughter. It's an overall great show. They do a great job. Sonya's facelift, money well spent. She looks great. See, that's the thing. I love the fact that Sonya is honest about the stuff that she does in her life. She doesn't come on the show with a new face and act like nothing happened. You know what? Somebody said the Kardashians, and I'm thinking about it right now. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you, Jacqueline. I think that one of them Kardashians will probably be good. Not Courtney. Courtney wouldn't do it. Chloe would probably be good for BH. She would probably. Oh, you know what? I heard a rumor that Kris Jenner was going to join. I love it. I'm telling you, this is the thing, right? I don't know if y'all know this. Kris Jenner, Faye Resnick, Kathy Hilton, Kim Richards. Who else was a part of that crew? LaToya Jackson. Listen, back in the day, those girls used to tear up them Beverly Hills street. They was dating all kind of wealthy guys, tricking them men. Listen, them girls come from working class families. As soon as they got to BH, they were hot. They were about it. They were dating the hottest movie stars, the hottest football players. Like OJ put basically that whole cast on the map. They were a mess back in the day. Sick of it. Draining diamonds, marrying this one, cheating with this one, married to this oil baron while sleeping with Bill Cosby. They were a mess back in the day. If Kris Jenner comes on this show, I'll be okay with Kathy Hilton because Kris Jenner gonna give you a show. Oh, she gonna give you a show. She might not do all that stuff, but she will manipulate the hell out of them broads to give you a show. Kris Jenner, Faye Resnick, Camille Grammer. You gotta have Messy Brandy because you gotta have, somebody still trying to break into that community. You have to do that because that's still like the Dynasty Desperate Housewives kind of idea. But that little crew, now that's a proper Beverly Hills show. Because back in the day, they were the broads that they're portraying on TV. Kris Jenner, Faye Resnick, Kathy Hilton. LaToya Jackson is too cuckoo now, but, make her a friend of the show. But that would be a good little crew. That would be a good little crew. Nicole Richie won't do it. She won't do it. Kris Jenner does. She has way too much power, but guys, she will give you a show. She did it for 10 years by her damn self. She is going to give you a show. I just don't know if Beverly Hills can afford her. Linda Thompson, Caitlyn Jenner's first wife. You know what? I don't like Linda Thompson on TV because she was on, what show was that? Her sons had a show back at the Jenners or something like that. Linda was doing too much. It was too fake. It was too over the top. You're right about that. She may not, I don't know. You know what, Dominique? She can't control the editor, but I think Bravo will give her that power. Bravo would give her that power. Chris, Faye, Camille, and Kathy Hilton. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. They will do it. They will do what needs to be done. They will do what needs to be done. Anyway, New York. Everybody, New York. Everybody looked great. I love Tinsley's dress. I don't have a problem with anybody. The only person who I think did not really match up to what the ladies were bringing was Leah. But Leah represents hip, um, hip New York, right? She represents Tribeca. She's not, Upper West Side or all that, or Upper East Side. She's not that girl. So that's what she was bringing. But Tinsley was bringing pedigree with the beautiful princess dress. Dorinda, I always thought she, brought the fashions. I loved everything that she has worn every season that she's been on. Her stylist is doing the damn thing with her. Sonia, I love what she had on. Ramona's dress was a little too simple for me for what she's done in past seasons, but she looked good in it. She looked good in it. Who else? Countess. Countess looked too simple, but she looked great. The Countess can wear anything. She's a beautiful woman, and she's aging beautifully. Oh my goodness. Let us know who your dermatologist is. I keep on saying, if anybody out of any of these shows can sell skincare, it's the Countess. It is the Countess. Who would stand up to Chris? I don't think none of them will stand up to Chris. But I'm saying we need somebody to lead that show. It will definitely be Kris Jenner. It can't be Kathy Hilton. Kathy Hilton she won't be a side chick to Chris, but she will be somebody that, can support the show, but not get messy. Chris will lead that show out. She needs Keith Myers. You better tell it. Beverly Johnson. Beverly Johnson is great for that show. But Janice Dickinson, no, she's too out there. Would Angie Everhart do it though? I would love her on that show. I would love her on that show. I don't know if she would do it, and I don't know if she has the fashions to do it. Christina Milian won't do it. She won't do it. She won't be a good fit. She would do better on Potomac. Camille definitely needs to come back with that psychic. But yeah, everybody on New York looked good. I didn't have an issue with anything. The best dress for me was Tinsley, because y'all know I love a little sparkle. Since we're talking about Tinsley, like I said before in my last review, I'm glad that she got her fairy tale. She deserves it. I think that Dorinda is obviously obsessed with her because Dorinda thinks that she is better than Tinsley, right? And I think because she thinks that she's better than Tinsley, she's being very aggressive with her because she wants to believe that she's better than Tinsley. But I think what Dorinda is seeing in Tinsley is herself, because she's saying, oh, the men don't make us. We're not just, trying to be husbands, wives of these rich men. We have our own lives. And I'm just like, Dorinda, you and Tinsley have the same life. The only difference is Tinsley is pedigree. You married wealthy men multiple times to keep up this life. You were not this working girl who just stumbled upon wealthy men. You did the same thing. The only thing is that Tinsley is honest about it. Tinsley is honest about wanting to be with somebody who has money and going after men who have money. Dorinda is the only one who wants us to believe that she just stumbled upon these wealthy men. Really, Dorinda? Ain't nobody believe it. Dorinda from the Berkshires, we are not believing it, baby. We are not buying it. We are not buying it. I think that she just hates to see Tinsley thrive and what she thinks she's better than, because she hates to see herself. That's what I think it is. I also think that she magnified the fact that Tinsley was lying about her relationship with Scott because she just doesn't like Tinsley, because Tinsley represents a woman that she thinks she is not. You know what I mean? Like, we all knew that Tinsley was still dating Scott. Dorinda even said it. She had an issue that she would, come to New York, stay in a hotel, film with them. Then when the show wrapped, go back to Chicago and be with Scott. I called it early on. It didn't really bother me like that, because this is a job for Tinsley. It bothered Dorinda because she just doesn't like her. She just doesn't like her. Tinsley definitely got her together. She definitely got her together. And I'm glad that she called her out on that turkey baster comment, because it was low. It was really low because she knew that that woman was struggling, you know, to have children, and very nervous about if she still could do that. It was ugly, and I'm glad she called it out. Dorinda deflects a lot. In the final episode of this reunion, I really want to see how Leah defends that statement that Dorinda doesn't go low. That's all Dorinda does. Dorinda goes low every time. I really want to see what is Leah's defense on that, because I did not agree with that in that clip. Dorinda always goes low and never apologizes. Like when it's brought to her, oh well, you know, no, we're not going to do that. We're not. No, you're going to apologize. You said something really horrible, like when Andy was telling her that she didn't apologize. No, yeah, I apologize for that. No, no, you don't do that. Don't do that. No, you did not apologize. She never takes responsibility for those things. She always deflects, always blames somebody else. Guys, please keep the likes up, please. Thank you. I just want to keep on reminding you that because, like I said before, YouTube responds to the likes very well. Oh, wait, what did Eartha Kitt say? Because I missed that. What did you say, Eartha Kitt? Yeah, yes, the turkey baster comment was disgusting. It had to do with exactly what she was doing. But she plays victim and she deflects all of the time. Thank you, Anika. I love you too. A lot of my family is in Delaware, girl. Yes, Dorinda always goes low. Always goes low. So I'm glad that, you know, Tinsley got her together at the reunion because she deserves. She's living her best life and Dorinda is obsessed with it because Tinsley is honest about how she gets these men, who she's looking for, and Dorinda looks down on that. And I think Dorinda looks down on that because she's that New York kind of upper class liberal woman. Like upper class New York white liberals think that they are these like not, they don't see themselves as uppity, they see themselves as enlightened. Like, yes, I have all this money, but I worked really hard for it. I understand the poor and middle class. I'm not like those you know, wealthy conservatives, those bad people. You're the same thing. You just think that you're better. You're the same thing. And that's exactly what Dorinda is doing to Tinsley. She's just like, oh no, I'm not, none of us are like that. You guys are, you're the same woman. You're the same woman. You just have in your mind, you just think that you're better than her because you know you vote blue, or you have, or you feel bad for the homeless man. So instead of giving him a quarter, you give him a 50 because you're a good liberal. Girl, you're the same thing. You're the same thing. Stop it. Yes, that's Tinsley's life. This is the thing. I've always liked Tinsley because she was always honest about who she is. She was not somebody, you know, coming on the show pretending to be like, oh, well, I marry somebody wealthy. I really want to marry for love. Tinsley was like, I want a man with money, and I want to have kids with a wealthy man. That's why I date wealthy men. I don't want to work. I want to be taking, like, I love that about her. And she wasn't ashamed. She was just, this is who she is, and that's okay. That's why I liked her so much. She never, you know, sugarcoated it or tried to act like that wasn't her reality. Tinsley is like, this is who I am. I was raised with money. I come from money. I married money, and I'm marrying money again. That's what I want. Yes, thank you. Chizzy, you. She never owns it. And I like Dorinda, but she never owns when she's wrong. She gets drunk, cusses people out, and then the next day, oh, well, you know, we all were drinking. You told Luann to go to the prison where she belongs. Like, you told her that she's going to get, you know, drunk and probably kill somebody. Like, she just says the worst things. And then she just overlooks it because that's what everybody does. No, sweetie, that's just you. That is just you. Yes, and Eartha Kitt, I love Carol, but that's the same idea. You know what, LaShonda Kendall, I would love that. I've always talked about a housewife super season where you put all of the housewives, I don't say, yeah, put them in the same house. Like make it a girls trip. Housewives, you know, summer house. I would love something like that. Ramona, Nene, Dorinda, Vicky, Heather, that would be such a good season. And I'm talking about Heather from OC. That would be a great season. Exactly, Chinsey, just exactly what we need. Um, Can we talk about Dorinda saying this finder's fee moment that pissed Andy off? Dorinda was just like, if anything, Bethany should get a finder's fee for Leah. It shouldn't be Tinsley. Dorinda just started. I think Andy got upset with Dorinda because she broke the fourth wall. Because how Leah got chosen was that the show reached out to Bethany because she was leaving. That's what happens. Like when they're going through negotiations and it's probably not going the best, a lot of the cast members give a because when it seems like somebody isn't coming back or they may need to fill a space, a lot of the cast members give the production a list of people that they feel will be good for the show that they kind of know. They don't really know them, but they know them in passing. But it's somebody who they think will fit and that somebody can fake a relationship with. So I don't think that Andy liked the fact that Dorinda told us, the audience, how this show goes down behind the scenes because Bethany gave them a list and Leah was on it. And they never met, but Bethany was just like, she would be great for the show. And she was right. She was right. Leah came in and owned this season. Not many people can do that on their first season on the show. So, yeah, Andy really got pissed about that because the only reason why Dorinda said that is, again, because she does not like Tinsley. Had anybody else tried to give a toast to, Tinsley, had anybody else tried to give a toast about Tinsley, I don't think she would have went off as, crazy as she did on Leah. But, that's Dorinda. Love her, though. I think she was great for the show. Luann, I honestly believed what she said about the American prison system. I think that what has happened during quarantine in the world with Black Lives Matter and the move for social change within the justice system, I think that everything that's happening right now has radicalized a lot of people who have not been listening, who have not had their eyes open. And I think Luann was one of them because her comments about the American justice system and how she, know that she is privileged because, she didn't have the same experience. And then she was on this platform, right, where that's never talked about. She talked about it and said that she genuinely wants to fix that. I believe her. I believe her. And I really love that moment. That is how you use your platform. That is how you use your platform. I like the Countess. I think she's great for this show. And again, this is why Dorinda is always in it with people. When she said to Ramona, if you were still menstruating, you'd be pregnant by now. Dorinda. Can I tell you, I was watching this reunion. My poor mother in the living room watching this. My mother is in the dining room working. And when she heard Dorinda say that, she almost dropped her computer. She was like, what are you watching? The Real Housewives of New York, Mom. The Real Housewives of New York. Dorinda says those things, but she's just like, oh, I was just saying, ma'am, it was rude. It was rude. And I think the reason why Ramona was denying William is because the ladies said it, but they didn't really say it in, so many words. Like they said it, but they didn't say what it really was, but they alluded to it. William or Bill, whoever that guy is, he's an escort. So Ramona didn't want to be associated with him, but Dorinda was just like, listen, I think Dorinda probably knew that this was her last season anyway, that she wasn't coming back. So Dorinda was like, I'm going to burn it all down. So she just, is exposing Ramona's business and telling the world that she is sleeping with this escort. And Ramona didn't like that. Because did you see Ramona started getting upset and started cussing at Dorinda? Because she don't want people to know that she's sleeping with an escort. But Ramona let us know that through all this quarantine, but Dorinda let us know that through this entire quarantine, Ramona was getting her back blown out by Bill, the escort. Child. And a lot of the ladies admitted that, they have been with him as well. Like, all of these ladies on that show is probably, Bill's clientele. You know what I mean? But Ramona, who was like such this prude, she didn't want anybody to know. But baby, Dorinda let us all know that Bill, the escort, was all up in your guts. If you were still menstruating, you'd be pregnant by now. Dorinda can read. Whoo, she can read. Did you? Oh, wait. Before I get into this, let me get into these comments. Oh, I'm about, Jazzy. No, Anthony. I'm about to talk about New York City casting. What? Earth the Kid said, I saw multiple articles saying Leah didn't even know Bethany, and soon after Bethany unfollowed her. Huh. That's new. Yes, Anthony. Tinsley read her for filth. I loved it. Oh, don't worry about this, Ethan. I'm going to put this whole thing up. Don't worry about it. I'm never going to delete these lives, so they'll be up. Eartha Kitt, I'm going to talk about casting in a second, but I am absolutely not upset about Elise not returning. She didn't give anything. She didn't give anything. Nice person, but did not give anything to the show. I'm the same way with Dorinda Chizzy. She says some terrible stuff, but my God, she can read. Let's talk about when the Countess called out Ramona. When Ramona was talking about the Leah and how she feels about her, and she was just like, "Well, I can't really get with what Leah is doing because I'm reserved. I'm not so wild. I'm more controlled." And the Countess went conservative. I was like, "Oh." They really hate the fact that Ramona is conservative. Can I tell you, Trump is going to burn so many bridges with people. Like when he's finally out, so many people will never be able to survive their allegiance to him. They hate the fact that she is a Trump supporter. I mean, who doesn't, right? But Luann, conservative. Like she knew she got her with that line. I was like, oh, okay. So nothing much really happened after that. I think we're going to get a lot of the juice and meat from this season on the last episode. So let's talk about casting. So, word. Let me get moisten my palate. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, do you guys like my lips? I do. It's this, Erica. Remember, if you watched my Potomac review, I was telling you guys that I'm going to do a review on Erica Jane's makeup line that she did with Too Faced. She did a palette and lip collection with Too Faced, and it was $20 at Marshall's. I'm not even going to say don't buy Too Faced, but support who you want to support. But anyway, I decided to do her lip thing today. I decided to use that today. And guys, I loved it. I loved it. This lip gloss, popping. Look at that glitter. Look at that glitter. And the liner, beautiful. This was a great collaboration. It didn't do well because a lot of people thought that the name was inappropriate. Oh, a lot of people thought that the name was inappropriate. I think, what's the name of this? DSL. Y'all know what that stands for, right? See, this is the thing. Erica, can you be this girl on the show? I want to see the girl who makes DSL lip gloss. Penis sucking lips. Well, I'm going to say dick sucking lips. So that's, can you be this girl on the show? A girl who makes a lip gloss for, fellatio is not somebody that falls in line under a Kyle Richards. You don't get let out by no basic broad like that. Not a girl who makes fellatio lip gloss. Girl, bye. Anyway, yes, the name. I love. Listen, this line, she did a good job. So yeah, let's talk about casting. I agree with you, Dominique. Ramona can go. Here's why. Ramona has been great for this show, right? Ramona, for where the world is going, is not appropriate for this show anymore. She's just not. I think she also burnt her bridges by being, really, really damaged her time on this show by being such an open Trump supporter. And I think that, where everything is going, how the world is evolving, this show can't survive with a Ramona on it. You need a different perspective, right? But she just can't really rep New York like that. Like it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. A lot of people are tired of her the whole walking into Mexico and calling into that Mexico home that they were staying and calling those people servants. It just, you can't do it. It doesn't work anymore. Like, people who were outraged by that when she used to do it, would tweet about it. But now, because everybody is so open now, and everybody is so radicalized, when she said that, Twitter was ablaze. She can't survive this new season of New York, so she definitely has to go. Sonia, I think it's time for her to go too. And I hate to say that because she's so good on this show, but I think she's good on this show with the women who are currently cast. And a lot of these women are not going to stick around. It has already been said that next season, the show is going to be based around Leah and her diverse group of girlfriends. Remember, I told you guys, Bravo be watching my stuff. I told you guys, I said they got to shake it up and they got to come back with some, real young New York chicks who are really doing it. Remember, I said we have to have a bad white girl who, came from working class but built herself up in the fashion game. Leah. Then we got to have like, I also said we need to have like a fly Afro-Latino chick who is a developer. Then I would love to see an African-American girl who was pedigree, New York pedigree, based in Harlem. Her people, probably own a lot of the property there. Listen, them wealthy Harlem black chicks, African-American chicks, got bank. You never see them. They're the girls that go to that, what is that? Them girls that go to the Jack and Jill schools, them black chicks that go to the Jack and Jill schools, that kind of chick needs to be on the show because that is a part of New York. Then we need to get a fly Asian chick, like a fly Asian chick. She's not into fashion, but she dresses like she just left Prada. You know what I mean? But she is somebody who probably runs an entire like marketing business, and is the young girl responsible for a lot of these things. She was featured in Forbes at 17. That kind of person. And then we got the fly white girl in Leah. We got the Jack and Jill African-American sister. We got the Afro-Latino developer. We got the fly Asian chick who is a marketing genius. Who else? Then we got to get like a Tinsley, right? We just have to get like a well taken care of white woman. She doesn't have to come from money, but we need her to be somebody who has money. And a lot of her money either comes from dating a successful New York lawyer or dating like a New York Jets. You know what I mean? Like, she has his first child. He has a lot of money. She never really sees him, but he takes good care of her. Like when he starts cheating on her, he buys her 2 Birkins, and she talks about it in a confessional, and she says it with her chest and doesn't care. Y'all might be laughing at her because she got cheated on, but she got 2 Birkins. That's what we need. That's what we need from this show. Lala Anthony would be great for New York, but you're right, Kyle. She will never do it. Not these God-fearing lips. Invisible hiccup. Get out of here. That's the thing. Ramona, Sonia, this whole cast, they built New York. They did such a great job. They brought it here. Now a new cast needs to take it to the next level. Those ladies did a great job. I'm not saying that they have to go because they didn't do what needed to be done. New York is doing something different now, and they just don't have that vision. This show, the word on the street is this show is basing the new New York around Leah and all her friends. So we're going to get a lot of, Lower East Side, Lower West Side, Harlem, Brooklyn. Please, nobody from Rhode Island or Long Island. Please. But we're probably going to get that. You know what I mean? We're probably going to get, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We're probably going to get chicks from all over who are probably not as 1% as the older New York ladies, but they're going to give us a show. Already we know about one black woman that they are auditioning. I don't know if she's going to make it, but let me bring her up. New Black cast member. Yeah, we know about her. Like, I think Page 6 just released her name. What is her name? Bershan Shaw. Yes, Bershan Shaw. Um, yeah, she's supposed to be the new one. She is supposed to be the new one on the new sister on the show. They're saying that it's E News. They're saying that the Real Housewives of New York City is welcoming a new lady to the scene. E News has learned that Bershan Shaw will be featured on the next season of the hit Bravo series. Bershan has filmed with some of the cast, but nothing is official yet. So look up Bershan Shaw. She might be the new one of the new cast members on the show, but we know that it's going to be Leah's show for now. So Leah is going to be the head honcho. She's going to be the Bethany, and all these other ladies are going to uh, um, be, her supporting cast members. And I think that's also due to Leah, because she was the one talking in the press a lot about how this show needs to have diversity. So it's going to be a New York. I'm excited to see it. I really am excited to see it. As somebody who lived in New York, like the New York of Leah McSweeney is more of the New York that I know and can relate to. I love looking at these ladies on this show, but I think that'll be a nice change. I think it'll really be a nice change. So we'll see. Look up Bershan Shaw, see if she's worth it. I can't really find anything on her. They don't say anything about her in this article, but I think that, listen, it's time, guys. It's time. Who is Bershan Shaw? A businesswoman. That's who she is. Shaw describes herself as a business coach, actress, and motivational speaker. She is a Syracuse University graduate. She has an MA in journalism from NYU. Yeah, she's going to be good. She's going to be good. So we'll see. I need her to bring the fashions. I don't really see the fashions with Bershan, but she may be good for this show. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah, I'm excited about what's going to happen with New York. What do you guys think? Who do you think that they should bring in? Yeah, and I also think that they do need to have a diverse cast, because that's what you know about New York. If anybody tells you about New York, the first thing you think of is diversity, right? Although it's very segregated, but that's what they feed to you. That New York is for everybody. It's real segregated, but like every other part of America. But I think that she would be a good fit. Yes, Mocha. A lot of Trump supporters do watch Bravo. They're not as vocal as non-Trump supporters. You know what I mean? They're obviously not a huge fan base for those shows. There are a lot of them, but they're not huge enough for them to cater to them. But I think we will have somebody who has that like conservative perspective. But I don't think that it will be as. I don't think they're looking for somebody who is far right wing. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's why I don't know if a lot of those Salt Lake City ladies are going to do well, because a lot of them are leading with being conservative, and I'm just like, ooh, this was filmed before everything happened. I get it, but I don't know. Listen, Eartha, I like Jill Zarin. I've always wanted her to return. My dream cast for the Real Housewives of New York would be Heather, holla, Jill Zarin, Bethany, Aviva. You guys don't like Carol, but Carol is New York. That is a typical New York woman. Carol is New York, but you guys don't like her. But I'm telling you that there are billions of Carols in New York. Leah McSweeney, and just other diverse women. But that is like that's like my dream cast. I think Lee and Bethany will work good together. I think they'll either be the best of friends or the best of enemies. I think Heather would be great. She would be like that Cynthia kind of character, that center person who's always trying to make sure that everybody makes up. Carol would be good because Carol will represent the upper crust liberal I would love Dorinda to come back, but only if she's sober. I think she's good. She will give you guys a scene and she will give you fashions. Aviva, as long as she doesn't bring her predatory dad on the show. I like her. Anybody who will throw their leg in the middle of a restaurant for a scene, listen, they're good. They're good. They're good in my book. They will give you a show. So I really liked Aviva. Those are people who I would love to come back. I don't know anybody else, like not Ramona. Yeah, Jill, like guys, Jill is annoying. Jill is New York. Jill is New York. She definitely should come back. I don't think that a lot of the ladies want her to. Oh, Luann, I like the Countess. I like the Countess. I like her on the show, but I don't know how good she would be with the new cast. I think like the cast that New York has now, they work well outside of Leah. They work well together because these ladies are really friends. These ladies really have friendships outside of the show. I think that's why they work so well together. I don't know if Luann can come back with these new people. I don't know how well she would click with them. You know, another person that I want to come back that we don't talk about enough, that crazy lady and her husband who lived in Brooklyn. I love them. They were good for the show. I like them. I love that scene that her and Countess had, that viral scene where Countess was like, darling, even Gucci makes mistakes. Was it Gucci or Louis Vuitton? One of them. They're good. When you walked in on me and your Herman Munster shoes. Those Herman Munster shoes were Louis Vuitton. Well, darling, even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes. When New York was good, they were good. They were on it, but they all worked well together as a cast. It's like for me, like SNL, right? SNL is good with a certain cast. You know what I mean? You just knew that certain people worked really well together. That's how I feel about New York. I don't know if this current cast outside of Leah can come back and do well with those other with the new ladies. I don't know. I think they're good together as a cast. I don't think that we can take individuals from that cast and mix them with new people. We'll see. We'll see. I know they're auditioning a lot of people, but I'm excited about New York. What do you guys think? Yes, the BB. Hold on. The the Biblio style. I think I got it. Biblio says we need someone who's on the board of the ballet or opera or in arts in some way. Absolutely. Absolutely. Somebody who was on one of them boards who, that is their life. You know what I mean? The head of the New York Ballet or the head of Alvin Ailey. They got a couple scandals brewing over there. That would be great. Oh, you don't want to be hollered at to death, Tasha? She's good for the show. I think she's auditioning. Heather has been popping up a lot lately on Bravo. I think she's auditioning. I don't know about Kelly. I think Kelly's in a good place with her husband now, but I don't know. I don't think she would tell her tea. I don't think her husband will allow her. But she has been auditioning too. She's been popping up a lot and talking about how she would love to do the show again. So who knows? We never got an update on Aviva's black dad's black girlfriend. We never got that. Alex and Simon, yes. I liked Alex and Simon. Her meltdowns were entertaining. Oh, they live in Australia now. Hi, Zach. Thank you so much. But yeah, that would be my cast. I would love for them to come together because I think that's my dream cast. But I think what's happening now, I think it'll be interesting to see. I think it will be interesting to see. But I think what's happening with a lot of these shows is what I talked about before. Bravo is not giving out these big paychecks anymore because the views are not coming in like they used to. They're getting views, but back in the day when these ladies had little competition, when there weren't any streaming services, they were making bank and they were earning a lot of money because they were bringing in viewers to the network. It's not the same anymore. And so I think that's why they're getting rid of, I think that's why Bravo is getting rid of a lot of their big wigs, a lot of their OGs because they're expensive, but they're not delivering. Nene is gone from Atlanta. Vicky and what's her friend? That messy girl, Tamara. They're gone from the OC. I don't know what's going to happen with Jersey. Jersey needs a shakeup too. Like they need to do something else. Jersey is not delivering like they used to. Thank you so much, Leland. Oh, thank you. Leland says, thank you for entertaining me so much through the years. Thank you, Leland. I totally appreciate this. Thank you for sticking with me for all of these years. But yeah, they're getting rid of the old and bringing in the new, not necessarily young, but they're bringing in new blood because, times is changing. These ladies have been doing this. Some of them have been doing the show for like 14 years. It's time. They did good. Those ladies put in work. Ain't nobody taking that away from them, but it's time. We need some new blood. Yes, Zach, they all seem a little stale, except for Potomac. Potomac is bringing it. Kelly B. Oh, thank you, Jen. Kelly Ben Simone. Keep up with the likes, guys. Thank you so much. Kelly Ben Simone is great. She is great. She is great. Kelly B. Bethany, Leah, Kamora Lee. I love Kamora Lee, but she won't do it. She can't do it. Yes, Jersey took a tip for season 5. This is where Jersey went wrong, in my opinion. Jersey went wrong when they started bringing in Teresa's family. Teresa, her brother, and the issues that she was having with her sister-in-law. I forgot her name. They just made the show so dark. I'm sorry, Teresa, but your family a lot of issues that should be on A&E, not Bravo. We want to be entertained. We don't want to feel depressed. I actually stopped watching Jersey because it was so depressing. I don't think they actually were able to get back from that because after, Teresa and her family issues, her father died. No, her mom died. Then somebody else's parent died. Then got sick. Then her and Joe went to prison. That's too dark. We like our train wreck TV light. Jersey just got so dark and they have not been able to bounce back. Last season, I was just like, I want to review the show, but every time the credits roll, I'm sad. Hell no. Could you imagine watching the Real Housewives of New Jersey during quarantine? Oh, we wouldn't make it. We wouldn't make it. We would all be, taking our lives. Like that show was so depressing. It was so depressing. They need to shake up that cast as well. They got to come back lighter. That show was way too dark. Way too dark. I hope Salt Lake City brings it. So far, so good. I like the trailer, but Bravo gets you with those trailers, and then you watch the season and you're bored out of your mind. I'm telling you, Bravo needs to hire the 90 Day Fiance production companies. Whatever those production companies are that 90 Day Fiance is hiring to do their shows, they know what the viewers want and they deliver. All of them 90 Day Fiance shows show out. I'm watching Little People Big World. What the hell am I doing watching Little People Big World? But I'm entertained. I'm in it. They know how to craft the show over there on TLC. They know how to do it. Yeah, Teresa's family brought that show down. I know, Jen. No more cabaret. This is the thing. I like Luann. I just don't know if she will mesh with this new cast, especially where New York is trying to take this show. Yeah, last season. Hey, Noelle. Yeah, Teresa's family was depressing. It was so dark. I was like, what? Why do I feel this way? Oh, I just got finished watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Carolyn Stansberry. See, I never watched Ladies of London. She's good friends with Dorinda. I don't know if she'll be good for the show. This is why I'm very concerned about Orange County. I'm like, Orange County was, depressing last season. And they just don't give anything. Even that new girl, what was that new girl's last name? She was the one who just had a baby, and her husband would she would sleep with a woman on her husband's birthday, and he would watch. Remember her husband? He dressed like an old church lady with that paparazzi jewelry. They weren't interesting enough for me to really care about their storyline. Orange County was just so boring. And I think it also took a turn when we started focusing on what's her name? Tamara and her mass shooter son. Like the son went a little crazy and it was just uncomfortable to watch. It was uncomfortable to watch. Snooki. I would like Snooki for New Jersey. I would like Snooki for New Jersey. Oh yeah. You know what? I like Melissa. I really, really do. I do think that she gotta go. She gotta go. I hate to say this because I like her. I don't like her on New Jersey either. I don't. If she does come back, we better talk about how Joe is scamming on that Instagram with them houses that he did not build. Let's talk about that. If we're going to talk about stuff, let's talk about that. If Teresa, if the Gorgas stay on, I want to hear about that. Jazzy go. I feel the same way. I think that Orange County is going to disappoint again. I'm not excited about it. I saw the trailer for it and I was just like, okay, I'll review it because I'm loyal. I've been watching this show since I was a kid, but I'm like, I don't like it. I don't enjoy OC. It's not good. It's just not good. Oh, I love the men on the show. They're terrible misogynist chauvinistic pigs, but they're entertaining. Yeah, like they don't have anything as well. Like if we're going to get on, if they're going to talk about anything, I want them to talk about, Joe scamming on Instagram. But to be quite honest with you, we can keep Teresa. I don't want no more of her family. I want Teresa's family off of Jersey. They are depressing. The Gorgas, the Judices, all them people that are connected to Teresa through DNA, depressing. They are depressing. How many mafia movies can you watch? I mean, like, they are the Godfather, Goodfellas, then, like, an end of the world apocalyptic movie all in one. It's too much. It's too much. We need some joy on that season. Jersey is dark. I can't do it. I am not excited for them to come back. Who is Kelly? See, I don't even know. Oh, Kelly. You know what? They'll never get rid of Kelly because I honestly think, and I talked about it in my reviews, no shade. I don't think that Kelly is fully there. I think something is up with her, but we don't talk about it because Kelly, unlike Dorinda, she'll go off on somebody, but she won't know that she did it. And I honestly believe that she doesn't think that she said those things or talked to that person in a certain way. I think Kelly blacks out. And then, like, when she comes to, she's just like, oh, no, that didn't happen. No, that didn't happen. And then she blacks out again and she's calling people whores and she wants to run them over with tractors and slit their throats. And then she, comes back and she's just like, no, that didn't happen. And she's dead serious. Something is not up. Either she's doing something to make her seem a little off or she really has some issues that we don't talk about. But yes, something is up. I think that Heather Dubrow, I think something was going on in her marriage. I really, really do. I think that's why she left the show. But she was good. She was good for the OC. I liked her on that show. Kelly Dodd would get jumped if she was on Jersey. They would beat her up. They would beat her up every episode because of her mouth. But I don't think Kelly knows. Like, Dorinda knows what she says. She just doesn't want to be held accountable. Kelly blacks out. And then she's just like, that didn't happen. And then she blacks out again and she punches somebody in the face and then, comes back. I did not hit her. Yes, you did. You also threw her down a flight of steps. Like when she beat up her mom, she's like, I didn't beat up my mom. And then like she talks about it again and she's just like, I politely moved her down a flight of steps. You threw your mom down the flight of steps, Kelly. Like something is up. Something is up. Who do you want to see back in OC? Yeah, OC is terrible with the fashions. They're terrible. Let's be real. OC has a lot of money because the property value there is very cheap. OC is the Florida of LA, of Cali. Let's be real. That's why they're able to live so lavishly. It's not really expensive to live there. They don't tell you that. Margaret and Jennifer. Who is Jennifer? Anthony Z says Jersey should be cast around Margaret and Jennifer now. I love Dolores, but she has to bring out the Patterson more than once a season. Dina needs to guest spot. I done forgot all of these people. The only reason why I remember Dolores is because Wendy Williams calls her Black Dolores. I will be honest, I saw her for the first time on this show. I did not think that she was Italian. I didn't. I didn't think she was Italian, but I was like, okay. And then I saw her parents, and I was just like, who? Where are you from, Dolores? But that's the only reason why I remember her. But yeah, I don't. She doesn't really bring anything to the show either. But she's beautiful, beautiful woman, sickening body. Does not bring anything to the show. I think so too, Jazzy Go, about Kelly. I don't think she's faking abs. I don't think that Kelly is faking that. Something is up. Yeah, Heather got a lot of backlash, but she was good. She was good for that show. I can't believe it. Why are you talking like that? We ladies have manners. Do not disrespect. Like, she was so over the top. Loved her. Loved her. Bronwyn. Yes, I heard that. Bronwyn. Who the hell is Bronwyn? I don't forgot all of these people. The name sounds familiar. Yeah, OC got a recast as well. The big chick with the tiny sassy husband, don't bring anything to the show. Like I told you, that lady with her mother is the Betsy, not Betsy Ross, Betsy Johnson impersonator. Don't bring anything to the show. Tamara with her mass shooter son. We don't need that. That is too uncomfortable to watch. Vicky, I like Vicky, right? Because Vicky is just over the top. She will give you a show. Vicky will give you the show. I want that chick. Who was the tall, skinny chick who married that old baseball dude? I want her to come back because I don't think we were able to get to see who she really is because she was keeping up this facade that her older manipulative husband wanted her to, exist in. I think if she comes back, we're going to be able to see who she really is. And I am interested in that. I want to see who she really is. I like her. I like the other girl from OC. Who was the one that was like trying to hawk them purses? She's married to Slade now, I think. And I think she also had a baby by him. I don't know why she did that, but she probably loves this dude, but she can do better on her worst day. But she chose him. I want her to come back. I want her to come back. I want that skinny chick to come back. Who else? I liked Heather. I like Vicky. I'm over Shannon. I'm over Shannon and the failed stand-up comedy career that she keeps on trying to create on that show. Like, oh, ladies, Trace Amigas, you're not funny. You're not funny. I'm over her. I'm over her. Bronwyn from OC is the one with all. Oh, that's her. Betsy Johnson's daughter. Yeah, I don't want her. Gretchen. Gretchen was good. Remember that? What was she? Venezuelan? What happened to that chick? Joe? Bring Joe. If we can listen, I will watch OC if we do the original cast. That original cast was A1. If we do the original cast, I can do it. What was that other chick? She was the one that had the wide back that Tamara threw a drink on. Tamara beat that lady up. Threw a drink, then she just started smacking her in the forehead. OC back in the day was spectacular. She threw a drink. Stop talking about my marriage. And the lady was. Oh, OC back in the day was good. I would like them. If we do the original cast, I can take OC. I like Joe. Jenna Kehoe. I like her. Gina. Is it Gina or Jenna? Whichever one. Who had a cast member that? Yes, Eartha Kitt. Y'all be knowing the tea. Yes, the one of those ladies. I forget it. She was the one that had the nose job that married that guy. And her son has, I think he's addicted to meth or he's like struggles with meth. He's currently in prison for killing someone over meth. And then they just released a video of him not too long ago where he was being jumped in prison and then he like stabbed the guy. That boy is going through it. That boy is going through it. Came from privilege. How did he end up in prison on manslaughter charges? Girl, who is Lori? Yeah, Lori. Yep, Lori. She won't come back though, because those ladies will talk about all her business, and Lori can't take that. But the original cast outside of Lori, because I know she won't do it, if they bring them back, I'm there. That will be a spectacular season. The ladies who built this show coming back. I want to see it. Yes, Megan King Edmonds. That's who I want to see. That's what I would love to see for OC. Keep up with the likes, guys. Thank you so much. That's who I want to see. I want to see Megan King Edmonds. Yeah, the original OC cast will work for me. For Jersey, I don't want to see the original cast. That cast was depressing as well. Jersey is just depressing. And I used to live in Jersey. I enjoyed my time in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I don't know what part of Jersey this is. You know what? Are they close to Newark? No shade to anybody who's from Newark, but Newark, it's a little dark. It's a little dark over there. So maybe they're Patterson. See, I ain't never been to Patterson. The only thing I know about Patterson is that anybody who comes from Patterson can fight. That's what I know about them Patterson people. They can fight. That's all I know. But I ain't never been to Patterson. Newark and Camden, real dark places. But Cherry Hill, I love me some Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I'm trying to go back. But yeah, I don't know why Jersey is so dark. I don't know how they're going to recast and get that show back to where when it was good. Prostitution Whore Days. Man, that show was so good. You're lying. Prostitution whore. Oh my God. A1 back in the day. I don't know if they can get back there. I don't know. I know definitely they're gonna have to keep Teresa, because Teresa is Jersey. You can't do Jersey without Teresa, but we can most certainly do Jersey without Teresa's family. They're depressing, guys. Yeah, Lori went through it. North Jersey. Oh, I live in South Jersey. That may be what it is. This is the thing, Jazzy. Megan was not likable on her season because Megan was not Megan. Megan was who her husband wanted her to be. I want to see Megan divorced, single mom, spending that alimony money and living her best life. I always said that Megan King Edmonds needs to marry a hockey player in his 30s. That is the type of man that she needs, a professional hockey player in his 30s, not a Philly Flyer, because they cheat. Them Flyers are a mess. Not them. Maybe get one from Canada. Maybe one of them dudes. But that's who she needs. I would love to see her in a loving, age-appropriate relationship. I want to see her dipping it and doing it and living her best life and showing us who she really is. I would love for her to come back. Yes, Langston, Teresa is definitely from Patterson. Can I tell you, Teresa and Nene Leakes back in the day were my favorite housewives because Nene was just hilarious. She's still hilarious. She's gone a little dark because she's believing the applause. But back in the day, her and Teresa, they built Bravo. Let's be very clear here. Nene Leakes, Vicki Gunvalson, Teresa Giudice, who's another broad? Bethany Frankel, they built Bravo. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. There'd be no Bravo without them girls. They built that network. We should have a super season with them leading it out. Anyway, I really, really like them. What made me like Teresa was this. There was a moment where they were at some tacky fashion show. That's another thing. Jersey, stop with them tacky fashion shows. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about those fashion shows. They never do well on that show. Anyway, they were at some fashion show and Danielle was there. And Teresa walked by Danielle and they got into it. And Danielle said to her, "Why are you acting like this?" Because Teresa was cussing her out, right? And Teresa was giving her neck. She was giving her hands. She was doing all of this, right? Giving Danielle this. And Danielle was like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you acting so ghetto?" Teresa, without missing a beat, Teresa looked at Danielle and said, "Did you forget that I'm from Patterson?" I said, "Oh, that's my girl." I loved her ever since then. We've had a bump in the road in our relationship since that moment, but that's when I was like, "Oh, I love this chick." Because Danielle said that to be like, It was a racially charged word that she said to Teresa, basically like, why are you acting like, them people in the ghetto? Teresa didn't deny where she was from. She accepted it, and she made Danielle remember who the hell she was. I said, that's my girl. Did you forget that I'm from Patterson? I always say that to people. That was my Teresa Giudice moment. Did you forget that I'm from Patterson? She let her know. Call me ghetto all you want, but I'm from Patterson. I'd punch you dead in your face. Prostitution whore. That show in its heyday, you couldn't touch them broads. Yeah, what happened to Joe? I missed her on OC. Remember when that Armenian girl shushed Megan up with her finger on her lips? Yes, whoever that chick is, she should come back too. I like her. She speaks her mind. She does not back down from anybody. Yeah, Lacey, you couldn't touch New Jersey back in its heyday. Did you forget that I'm from Patterson? Oh my God. That was my girl. Yeah, Nene and Teresa, I love them from day one. Yes, Lana, those terrible posh fashion shows. I hate them. Oh, I hate those posh fashion shows. But you know what I think is going to happen? I think that Bravo is going to diversify all of those shows. I think OC is going to get diverse people. I think because of what's happening right now, I think they're going to try to fill those shows with Black women first. I just feel like every show is going to get a Black woman. Like every show now, every housewife show is going to have a Black woman. I think that they're just like, Black Lives Matter. So we have to, show it in every show that we have. So I think they're going to like force a Black chick in every show. But I would love to see I would love to see Asian representation on this show, East and South. I would love to see that on those shows. At this point, you got to diversify. I don't have a problem with it, but I'm being very honest with you when I say I think every show is going to have a Black person right now because of the Black Lives Matter movement. That's what TV does. They're trying to make money. You know what I mean? So whatever is hot right now, they want that to reflect in their shows because they want to make you believe that they are for you as the viewer. They're not. So I think that's what's going to happen. I'm here for it. And I think that Jersey is definitely going to get a Black chick from Jersey. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for a sister from North Jersey sisters? Whoo! She probably gonna show up to set with a mouthful of gold teeth. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Because it's coming. It's coming. Oh, and she links up with Teresa. All them broads is getting beat up. Ciao. I don't know if y'all ready. Wait, Stassi, what is she doing? Is she coming back on the show? Is she coming back on Vanderpump Rules? Eartha Kitt, you gotta elaborate, honey. You can't just say that, drop that tea about Stassi, and then move on. Oh, wait, do you think Jazzy? Do you think that? No, was that Jazzy? I don't know if Dallas is coming back. Yeah, Jen, they're going to diversify all of the shows, even if it's awkward. Hello, Beverly Hills. Simply Simone, that has been in the works for years. The Real Housewives of Atlanta they have been auditioning a lot of Nigerian American women for the show because a lot of the ladies have been in relationships with Nigerian men. So they've always been trying to have that. They've always been trying to have their Dr. Wendy on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was surprised that we got a Nigerian American woman on Potomac before we got it on Atlanta, because that has been in the works for years. Georgina Chapman do RHONY. You know what, Ashley? That's a great idea. This is why I love doing this. Georgina Chapman would be great for New York. Oh my gosh. Yes, Ashley. That's perfect. Oh, Stassi was on Tamron Hall last week. Oh yeah, I still don't think she will be back on Vanderpump. I think she's going to try to get on some Bravo show. I don't know if they'll put her on anytime soon because right now the block is hot. But yeah, I don't think she's going to be back on Vanderpump anytime soon at all. Like what they did to Faith, like you tried to get a black woman arrested. Like, girl, I don't know. I don't know. But Stassi need to do what she need to do because she got that damn baby in that wedding. She need that check. I hope she saved. I hope she put something aside because girl, you're not gonna get a Bravo check for a minute. They might bring her back after things die out. After we have a black vice president, maybe things will be a little kumbaya, and then they'll throw her back in. That may happen, but right now, absolutely not. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, because Vanderpump isn't filming. They can't. No shows are really filming, to be quite honest with you. Yes, actually, that was a great suggestion. Georgina Chapman on the Real Housewives of New York. Whoo, that'd be good. That'd be really good. You know what I think that Beverly Hills needs? They really need somebody who is in the entertainment industry, like a wife of one of them studio heads. Like I don't know if this is their names. I'm just making it up. Like um, Kathy Warner, Amber Warner. I'm the daughter of so and so Warner who created the WB network. Yo, they need that. Something that really, a name that really represents LA and that Beverly Hills type of pedigree. That's what they need. There's tons of people like that. I don't know why they keep on casting these basic broads. Hey Marissa, listen. First of all, I was supposed to be off a very long time ago. I'm having way too much fun talking to you guys about this. I was supposed to be off this an hour ago. I realized that I am talking and having such a good time because I love these housewife shows and I love building the cast. I just looked at the time and I was just like, oh, I've been on here a minute. Oh, Vaca, I love Sonia on the show, but she can't go with it to where they're going now. Yes, I loved Adrienne Maloof on the show. I don't know why she left. I think she probably left because, her and her husband were having marriage issues and she didn't want to talk about it. But I liked her. Thank you, Zach. Oh, yeah, Leanne Rhymes. But see, Leanne Rhymes, she's just not Beverly Hills. But, okay, if Leanne Rhymes is on the show, it would only be right to bring back Brandy. They would, now that, whoo! But y'all will have to pay Leanne Rhymes a good coin to do that. Well, Sir is about to open, Zach. They're about to start doing outdoor dining. So they may open up Sir. Jazzy! This is why I love doing this. You guys are so messy. Jazzy said, please stop bringing Wilson Phillips back as a musical guest. I love you guys. Zach, don't swing by Sir just yet. It just opened. I wouldn't start eating there right away. Can I just be real? COVID ain't done, but these businesses have to make money. So that's the only reason why things are opening. Girl, guys, everybody in between, the stuff should not be opening. Like, that's why sets keep on opening and closing. Batman, you know what I mean? Like, there are sets currently right now filming with COVID outbreaks. Like, nothing should be open right now, but people have to make money. These businesses have to make money. There are so many like local mom and pop shops. Like, a lot of my favorite local mom and pop shops here in my own neighborhood have closed due to COVID. Like, they couldn't survive it. And that is just extremely heartbreaking. For them and also for the community that they served. It's a lot of stuff that is not able to survive it. So a lot of, restaurants and stores are opening and they shouldn't be, but they won't survive if they stay closed. It's an awful situation. There's nothing else to say about it. It's bad. It's bad. LaShonda Kendall, let me tell you something. I would be great on any reality TV show because I know how these things work and I would give you a show. The only issue I have with me being on any reality TV show is that you guys will know. You guys will know that I'm giving you a scene because I done already broke down everything. So y'all will see me producing scenes or whatever, and y'all just like, Nikki don't mean that. But she realizes that this scene is boring, so she's about to drop some tea. You know what I mean? So I would be, I would kill it. I would kill a reality TV show. Emmys. As soon as I get on any show, Emmys. Because let me tell you something. My grandmother and my Aunt Boopy, they taught me how to read. Baby, I can read, okay? I know what I'm doing. I've learned from the best. Hey, Love and Life, what's up? Dr. Dre's soon-to-be ex-wife. She would be great on Beverly Hills. I don't think she'll be allowed to do it. If she gets what she wants out of this divorce, he will have her on such a serious gag order. She won't be able to say anything. Like if she doesn't, I think is she suing for $110 million? Is she? I think she's going after him for that much. If she gets it, the gag order will be for a lifetime. If she doesn't get that, then she would be great on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She would kill it on that show. But that's only if she doesn't get what she wants. But if she does, she wouldn't do it. She would not do it. Kenya Moore is great at production. She is great at production. That's why they have her on this show. Like I said, I don't think that I think she's a lot like Omarosa, because people who know Omarosa says that she's a really nice person. But when you see Omarosa on TV, she is this super villain. That's how she makes her money. I think Kenya is the same way. There are people who says that she's a really nice person outside of that show, but I think that this is how she makes her money, and she does it well. Why won't they put Charisse back on Potomac? I talked about it in my Potomac Live. Charisse had the option. Charisse opted out. She wanted to be a friend of the show because she's dealing with her own issues and she didn't want to talk about it. That's basically, the true tea. She didn't want to talk about her marriage, and she had to. If she was a full-time cast member, she would have to discuss that, and she didn't want to do it because she's still in the thick of it with her husband, or her ex. So she didn't want to talk about it. So she opted to be, because they love Charisse. They always wanted her to come back, but she opted to be a friend of the show. And Monique would refuse to film with her. So that's why you don't see her in anything. She came back as a friend of the show, but one of the main cast members does not want to film with her. So we won't see Charisse. We might see her at the reunion. I don't know. Well, the thing about it is, Jen, I don't think what she's asking for is astronomical. She was married to a billionaire. Like, these women live extremely lavish lives. Their main transportation is a private jet. You know what I mean? So you can't take me from every day I'm traveling on a private jet to trying to put me on a bus. Like, that's not going to happen. We're going to keep this same lifestyle. And also, they got married out here in LA. After 10 years, regardless of any prenup, the woman gets half of everything, or whoever, like whatever partner gets half of everything. They've been married for 20. She's going to get a good chunk. If she doesn't get $110 million, what she is asking for, I think she will be great for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because she won't have a gag order. Oh, LaShonda, I would be reading for filth. Reading for a cow. I know you're not saying nothing to me. Didn't we see Maurizio outside of Dantana trying to pick up them blonde twins? Girl, don't do it. I'll blow your spot up, girl. Viral. I would be viral every episode. I will read them chicks for filth. Marla Maples would be great. Again, she can't say anything. Trump got a lifetime gag order on that broad too. Cow says, I know we hate her, but Shawnee O'Neal is, okay. You know who I thought you were talking about? Sean Robinson, who is the host for 90 Day Fiance. Shawnee O'Neal, the thing about Shawnee O'Neal, she has the money, right? She has the money suited for Beverly Hills. She doesn't have the personality for Beverly Hills. She is financially qualified, personality, no, it won't work. It won't work. Zach, Dan Tana's is my spot. Every time I book something, me and my best friend Katie, I think, have you seen her? You guys saw her on this channel when we did when we reviewed Princess Meghan and her husband, when we reviewed their wedding. My bestie Katie, every time we book a job, we go to Dan Tana's to celebrate. Like, that's our celebratory spot. You know what I mean? Like, oh girl, I booked it. You know where we're going, Dan Tana's. So whoever books, they're treated. So if I book a commercial, she'll treat me. If she books a commercial, a movie, you know, one of her celebrity jobs, I treat her. But that's Dan Tana's is my spot. Dan Tana's is my spot. Chrissy Teigen would be amazing. She wouldn't do it. She would be amazing. She would be amazing on BH. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. You know who I think would do it? And I'm gonna be real, because to be quite honest with you, she doesn't have any business that's really successful outside of that show. Kim Kardashian would be great for any of those reality TV shows. Not OC. She could never leave LA. But she might, if they don't get her mother, she would be great for BH. She's, you know, she needs a job. Any of them Kardashians except for Kourtney would be good for that show. Khloe, Kim, or her mother, or Kris, they would all be so good for that show. I think the tall one, who's the tall one? The tall model. I don't know her name, but I think she'd be good for New York. No, she won't. She doesn't have much of a personality. Invisible Hiccup, the Real Housewives of Glendale. You know what? This is the thing. I like Beverly Hills. I like OC. I think Bravo needs to get rid of OC and do a Real Housewives of like LA. Like either do Los Angeles or like San Francisco. We need another part of Cali, because OC is just dry and dusty. So, let me tell you something. I always talk about it. And I always say that Tanya from the Real Housewives of Atlanta needs to lead the Real Housewives of San Francisco, because that would be a good show. Because guys, San Francisco is money. That's that tech money, baby. That would be such a great franchise. All those young, new money tech people. Phenomenal season. Phenomenal season. I would love that. Because that's another little liberal town where they think that, you know, oh my goodness, we're so enlightened, we're so far above it. Yes, we make a lot of money, but we see the poor people. Yeah, but you put spikes on everything so homeless people can't rest anywhere. Like, it's such a double standard. There are a bunch of Dorindas over there in San Francisco. They would deliver. San Diego. Yeah, I like San Diego. San Diego was good. Thank you, Missy V. Thank you so much. Thank you. I totally appreciate it. She says, thanks for the great content. Stay busy. Girl, I'm trying. Malika and Khadijah would be great for Beverly Hills. I think the only one who would do it is Malika. Khadijah snagged herself, a nice dude that got some money. She not gonna be out there, doing Malika stuff, because Malika then got pregnant by that. What is he, a blood? That rapper, that's a blood. She done got pregnant by him, and he been denying that baby since day one. She will be good. She will be, because she need a check. She need the money. She would be good for that show. But the twin that got a husband, she wouldn't do it. Oh my God. Eartha Kitt. This is why I'm still on here, because you guys are saying some great stuff. The Real Housewives of not even Nevada, Vegas. The Real Housewives of Vegas. Do you know how much of a train wreck that show would be, girl? All of them mobs of casino wives. Yes, I will love it. I will watch it. The Real Housewives of Dubai, the Real Housewives of Singapore. Yes. Did London work? Paul, wasn't the Ladies of London, wasn't that canceled? Did that show really work? Cal, Laguna is too OC for me. I think we need to be done with OC. I think OC has come to an end. Oh, hey, Romaine, Yes. This is, guys, Romaine is the guy that I was talking about earlier. The one that sends me all the housewife tea. That is my baby. I love him. What's up, boo? Chicago would be great. The Real Housewives of Chicago would be great. Oh, Eartha Kitt said it got canceled because the star moved to Dubai. I would love that. Yeah, Simply Simone, Khadijah, Malika, she would do it. Out of all these locations, Chicago, yes, I love Chicago. Houston, how do you guys feel about Houston? The Real Housewives of Houston. Oh, unless like the head of it is, you would have, if you do Houston, you would have to do somebody who, like, the lead of that show would have to be somebody from Beyonce's bloodline. That's the only way that show will work. If the person is just like, I'm Beyonce's cousin, instantly got a fan base. Instantly got a fan base. You would have to, have somebody on there who like built their business by making grills, or what are those? Houston is known for their cars, like those sickening cars. That would have to be featured as well. Houston would be good, but the lead would have to be from Beyonce's bloodline. I love that. But Dallas, I don't, Jazzy, I don't think that Dallas is coming back. Nashville is good. New Orleans, I don't know about Miami. I don't know about Miami though. Miami, it didn't work. Miami was a lot like DC. It just didn't work. Eartha Kitt, I think that, oh, excuse me. I think that the Pacific Northwest would work if Salt Lake City is successful. If Salt Lake City is successful, absolutely. But if it's not, I don't think it'll work. Vegas would be so good. It would be so good. Jen, I get it. Yeah, let them Kardashians rest. But I was just thinking about people who will do what needs to be done, who will go to the bowels of hell to give us a show. Denver? I don't know enough about Denver. Southern Charm, New Orleans got canceled. It just didn't perform well. And you know what? I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I don't think that Southern Charm is going to come back. Again, right now in the time that we're in, I don't think that show is going to do well. Oh my goodness. Bravo would have a time with that show. Because I remember I'm going to be honest with you. Southern Charm was my show. The last time that I watched Southern Charm was when, I forget her name, but the redhead who was pregnant by Thomas, who like has been accused of rape several times. She was having sweet tea in her backyard with one of the other cast members, and they just started casually talking about how her backyard is a slave burial ground. And they were talking, and she was just like, yeah, there's a whole family right over there by that tree that's buried here. And y'all sitting on there with lawn furniture having sweet tea. Can you imagine if that scene was like, aired today? There would be no more Bravo. So I don't know if Southern Charm is going to be able to survive today. I just don't know. That was my last episode. I said, listen, I already watched this show knowing that I don't want to know how those people made their money, or what bloodline they're from down there. I already don't want to know, right? We dug too much into Thomas to know where like his money came from. So I was just like, I'm just going to enjoy this show and ignore how these people's family made their money. But that slave burial ground comment and them drinking sweet tea and just talking about a slave family buried under that tree, I say, yeah, I can't. My ancestors won't let me watch this show. It was just so nonchalant. And I get it. Listen, I'm a northerner. That was weird to me. And I just couldn't watch that show anymore. But I cannot fathom that scene being filmed today. Girl, there would be no Bravo. What's the Real Housewives of Utah? One of the ladies married her late grandma. Yeah, that's the evangelist. I think that show is going to be interesting. I hope it's not like Beverly Hills, where the most interesting things happen in the trailer. I hope that's not it. I like Chicago. I don't know. I don't know if it'll do well. If they do Chicago, Tinsley should head it up. That's how we should keep that in the family. But who would you like? Was it Michelle? But who would lead up Miami? Who would lead up Miami? I have not seen that parody. If you could tag me, I will. If you could tag me in the link or something, Jen, I would love to see it. Catherine, that's who she is. If they do a Real Housewives of Portland, you know who I want to lead that up, Simply Simone, and that is Leah's sister. Guys, I really hope that she is not one of the people that they make a main cast member on New York. No shade, Leah. Your sister is not interesting. You are the interesting sister for reality TV. She might be an interesting person outside of reality TV. It didn't show up on the show. That's why I didn't miss Elise. She didn't, in my opinion, didn't really bring anything to the show. Simply Simone, from what I heard about Boston, the Real Housewives of Boston would be canceled on the first episode. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Did you watch Tracy from Love After Lockup interview with Sherelle? I didn't the kid. I didn't know about that, but I will look for that. Yes, Romaine, thank you. He said if Andy was smart, he'd get the WeHo gays on the house husband type show. That would perfect. Like, why don't we have that? There is a show that I am like obsessed with. Two shows on YouTube: Chasing Atlanta, Chasing Dallas. They're about to start filming Chasing LA. I love those shows. Like, I can't believe it, it's a whole black gay cast, and they deliver. They deliver. I'm like, why? We all know why it's not on TV, right? But it's such a good show. Like, better than the Housewives. Not even a third of the budget, and better than these housewife shows. Paul, I do love BH. I just think that they are not performing like they used to. Yes, obviously, Lee. I heard that about the sister from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You know what, Jazzy? I'm not sure if that show with those the Indian family, I don't I don't know if they got another season. It didn't perform well. I know a lot of fans were, telling people to watch it and support it, but it didn't perform well. Mexican Dynasty's the same thing. It was canceled. I don't know about the Indian family show. I think Shaws of Sunset is next. I don't think that show is coming back. Chasing at Misty B. I love Chasing Atlanta. I love Chasing Dallas. I cannot wait for Chasing LA. Those shows it's good. All they do is fight. I love it. Yeah, Shaw's isn't as good as it used to be. Drag Queen Housewives. You know what, Paul? VH1 is trying to do something like that with the RuPaul's Drag Race Vegas show review. That was good. That was good, but they had to stop filming because of COVID. So I don't know if that's coming back. So many shows are getting canceled because of COVID, guys. When are we going to get out of this? We'll never be normal. Missy B, I'm just now getting into G Status. I love all of those shows. I really do. I'm telling you, if I get the power, I'm gonna make shows like that because they're good TV. They're good TV. Please, guys, please make sure you give your girl some likes. Let's give her some likes. That really helps me out in this YouTube algorithm. What, Jen? They're ready. That's the thing. These networks are never ready until you give it to them. That's the thing. Like, they weren't ready for Housewives. They didn't know what it was. And then they got it, and it built the network. Christy Domain, I don't know, or Doman, I don't know what happened to Little Woman LA. It was a really good show. I think that show was not able to survive. I forget her name, but she was the brunette cast member who was in an abusive relationship with that average height guy. I think that relationship took that show to another place, and it wasn't able to come back from that. I do personally know, because I know people who worked on the show. I do know that not the Real Housewives, that Little Women Atlanta was supposed to. We would have been in a couple of episodes now at this point. It was supposed to come back, but then Miss Minnie passed away, and like right now the show is in limbo. They don't know what they're going to do. So yeah, I would, I think it would be weird too. I think another reason why the show is in limbo is because I think Minnie had a beef with some people on the show, and they, it's probably a lot of fights concerning Miss Minnie, and I think that they just don't feel appropriate showing her in that light now that she has passed on. So I don't know if we'll see that season. I have no idea. It's still in. Micheline Pierre, I hope I'm saying your name right. I have no problem with you correcting me if I'm not. I am currently watching Lovecraft County. The only reason why I have not been reviewing that show is because I don't know what's going on. That show, every episode, I'm just like, huh? So I think what I'm going to start doing is, I think I am going to start reviewing it, but I'm going to review the show for help. Just kind of understanding, and like, I may do a live, I may do a live about the show because I just don't know what's going on. And I would really love to, I love the show. It's a great show. I would really love to have some help from people who probably know the source material to help me understand, because every episode I'm just like, oh my God, what? Like this last episode with the Japanese spider lady. What is going on? I don't know. It's a great show though, and I love that lead. I think he's so beautiful. Especially he has the best lips. Oh, he's so fine. Yeah, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I did not hear that rumor. I think if you're gonna add a gay man to the Real Housewives of New York City, he needs to be a main cast member, not a friend of the show. It wouldn't read well. It wouldn't read well. I think there would be a franchise as successful as the Real Housewives. I think there are a lot of successful franchises on different networks. Like, I know a lot of people don't like the show because it's poorly scripted, but what is that show? I never forgot the name of it. Love and Hip Hop makes VH1 bank. That is their Housewives. Love and Hip Hop makes a lot of money for that network. A lot of money. Love After Lockup, very successful franchise. They are making billions of dollars for WeTV. Another successful franchise. Dare I say, probably more successful than the Real Housewives franchise, 90 Day Fiance. 90 Day Fiance has an international fan base. The Real Housewives, they have an international fan base as well, but not a 90 Day Fiance is doing numbers. At this point, ain't nobody touching 90 Day Fiance, not even the Housewives. You know what? Obviously, the reason why we all love Little Women Dallas so bad is because of that fight. Like, that scene wasn't really that good, but when all them little women started brawling in that bar and started beating each other with that pizza pan, Rochelle, and then the other girls like, she chipped my tooth, and then the average height girls was fighting. Oh my God! Like that show. Whew, that scene is iconic. Pizza pans, average height people, punching little people, then a little person swinging on somebody's weave, and a girl not even realizing that the homegirl was punching her weave, then the average height girl with the big belly and that bodycon skirt who got punched in the face, Barbara Shell's cousin. Iconic. There's so much going on in that scene. It is iconic. Yeah, the Child of Sunset, it just fell off. You know what, Marianne? Heather Locklear can't do Beverly Hills. She has mental health issues. So I don't even think she would be cleared to film. But she, if she didn't have issues, she would be great. Pamela Anderson, I think she would be great. I'm not watching Darcy and Stacy because I just don't have the time. What I am doing is I'm letting the episodes build up and I'll just like watch them on my DVR. But I do plan on reviewing The Family Chantel since I reviewed it last season. So I do plan on reviewing that as well. I don't know if I'm going to do lives because this is just easier for me. But yeah, we'll see. They showed all of the hits. I couldn't believe it. That scene was a good 5 minutes of just little people fighting. It was iconic. What is E going to do without the Kardashians? They're trying to build a new Kardashians with Terry Bradshaw and his family. I don't see it. I don't see them being the next Kardashians. I just don't. I don't see it working. Love and Hip Hop, I don't think they're making a lot of money. I think VH1 is making a boatload of money off of Love and Hip Hop, but I don't think Love and Hip Hop cast members are not getting anywhere close to a Bravo check. Miss Juicy, yeah, that show was good. But yeah, this season, I think they're just going to film a whole new season. Thank you, Toby. Listen, this comment section is hilarious. I told you I was supposed to be off here a while ago, but I'm just having so much fun. Yeah, Love and Hip Hop has been tired for a while. Speaking of tired, I am tired. Guys, you kept me on here for so long. I had fun. I'm enjoying these lives. I really, really am. Thank you all so much for joining me. I don't know what my next live will be because a lot of shows are on hiatus because of COVID. So I think a lot of stuff will be coming back in October. So I do know Potomac is still on. So I'll keep my Potomac lives or reviews for Monday. Yeah, 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After is wrapping up. So those will be consistent. The Real Housewives of New York, they just have one more episode left. And Love After Lockup. So yeah, I have there's no more New York after this week coming up. There's probably 2 more episodes of Happily Ever After. I think the only one that's going to be consistent lives or reviews from now on will be Life After Lockup because they just started their season. But I think everything is wrapping up, and I think everybody else is taking mid-season hiatuses or breaks until they can get enough footage from this whole COVID experience to really wrap up a season. So I don't think a lot of stuff will be happening in October. Until October. However, I do have a lot of other videos coming because I wanted to start doing showing you guys all of my holiday stuff. I'm doing a lot of holiday stuff, a lot of holiday cooking, a lot of holiday decorating. I would love to spend this time, if you guys are okay with it, I would love to spend this time, this hiatus, showing you who I am, just showing you my life, showing you what I do in a day in my career and all of that stuff. If you guys are interested, I would love to, allow you guys to see more of me besides, a lot of you only see me doing these reviews and that's it. But there's so much more to me and I would love to share that with you. I'm not just hilarious doing these reviews. I'm hilarious every damn day. Ask Romaine. You guys are interested in that, I would love to take you behind the scenes. Yes, I only have one video for batch chat coming up, but I think I might edit that one because there's so much to talk about, or I might just do a live. We'll see how I am with my schedule. But again, there's nothing happening with Bachelor Nation until the Bachelorette, and that's in October. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But if you guys are interested in seeing some more, just behind the scenes stuff, not like those weird vlogs where they're showing you when they brush their teeth. That's for the kids. I'm grown. I'm not doing. This is how I start morning. I wake up. I brush my teeth. I go to the bathroom. I pray. That's so weird. There are people there, but those videos do well. There is an audience for that, but I'm just I could never take myself seriously filming myself brushing my teeth. I do have some products that some companies have sent me to review, so I'll do that. I'll do my honest review on those things. But for a couple of weeks until stuff comes back, I'll be doing some other stuff here. I hope that you guys embrace that. It'll be more about me than anything else. And yeah, that's what's coming on. Hey Barry. Yeah, but I do have a batch chat video coming up, but that's it until October. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Invisible Hiccup. Yes, thank you, Eartha Kid. Missy B2, Yolanda dating the dude from The Bachelor. It's just she's doing anything to keep us interested in her because she's trying to get on the next season because her relationship with that other guy fell apart because everybody exposed it as a scam. Thank you so much, Tammy. I'm also doing some videos with family members and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm doing some story times. There's a lot of stuff that I would like to do on this channel, and I, hope you guys are here for it. Let your girl know. But anyway, yes, I'm doing some great stuff for Halloween, Christy. I just did my list for all the Halloween stuff that I'm doing. I'm such a seasonal person, like a holiday season person. Listen, I love every time of the year, every day that I wake up and I'm able to live and I'm in my right mind and I'm just able to, exist is a beautiful day, right? I love it. But when it turns September 1st, from September 1st to January 1st, that is NikkiStar season. I love it. I love holiday season. I'm a fall and winter holiday season girl. Summer holidays are not really my thing, but fall and winter, that's when I come alive. That's when I come alive, baby. I be hitting the Michaels, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. I'm all over the place, baby. All over the place. Getting my decorations. Then I'm like stalking Williams Sonoma and Sterling Table. I'm getting my dishes, my pots. That is my season. I love the fall and winter holiday season. So I hope you guys do too. I'm actually about to, not right now, but tomorrow, hopefully my candle place is open because I make a lot of seasonal candles. Because listen, I love me some Bath and Body Works. I love me some Yankee Candle. I'm a Yankee Candle hoe. Anybody who knows me, you know what? Where's my Yankee Candle? Child, I just got my look at this. I just blew it out. Sugared cinnamon apple. This is, I don't know how to do this. How do the freaking kids do this? Can y'all see it? Anyway, before I burn myself. But this right here, this is my holiday candle. This sugared apple, cinnamon apple, baby. And this is from Yankee Candle. I got this on Amazon for $12. Normally, this is like $30. Who got $30, especially in this COVID nightmare that we're in now? Who got that money to pay for a candle? Maybe if I got my second stimulus, but that ain't happening. So I don't got $30 for no damn candles. So I'm going to go candle making. I just found the candle shop in NoHo. I'm getting my scents. I'm getting my wax. I'm getting my wicks, and I'm making my holiday candles because I don't have $30 to spend on a holiday candle. Listen, the money ain't coming in like it used to. Okay, before them residual checks was nice. Now they're getting a little slim. So I gotta, I gotta make some adjustments. So yeah, I'm actually going candle making, like not actually going to a place to make candles. I'm getting my products to make them. And yeah, that's something I'm excited to do too, and just decorate for the season because a lot of stuff is not going to happen. A lot of gatherings aren't going to happen because, I don't want to die. I don't want to potentially kill older people. So, I don't know if I'm what is it? A positive? What is the asymptomatic, whatever, that person who has it but doesn't die from it, but can affect, I don't know. And I would be so horrified if I took out like a whole old folks home. I can't. So not much is happening during the holiday season, and sucks because it's my favorite time of year, but I'm going to make the most of it. And I would love to bring you guys on that journey with me. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy some of the new stuff that I'm doing here. Show us some love. Thank you for showing me love in these likes. I totally appreciate it. We've been talking for 3 hours. I think I got cotton mouth. So I'm going to get out of here. But yeah, look for the review on Erica Jane's makeup line with Too Faced. Also look out for Batch Chat All of those are coming up this week. So I will be doing those reviews this week. They might be edited because no, do I have time? I think they'll be edited if I have the time, but those are the only things I have coming up. Yeah, I have 4 reviews, but those are for products. Yeah, batch chat. Batch chat is the next thing, and then it's the next like TV show review, and then it's Love After Lockup. So look out for that. Anyway, let me get some rest. Thank you guys for sticking with me from the West Coast, from the East Coast, from all over the world. I totally appreciate it. Thank you so much, Romaine, for stopping by. I love you. I love when people who I'm friends with in real life stop by and show your girl some support. So thank you so much. The candle, Max, that it didn't look like a smoothie. It smells like one. Thank you guys. Yeah, we do have to get tested. Thank you, Libra. Thank you all. Yes, Jen, Yankee Candle Ho. Me, I'm a Yankee Candle Ho, and I'm actually going to visit the outlet store next month. Oh, God. The Yankee Candle outlet in Atlanta is right next to the Williams-Sonoma outlet. A girl's dream. A girl's dream. And right down the street from the Williams-Sonoma outlet, is it Lee Crusade or Lee Crusette? Whatever one of those, the outlet is there too. So I'm gonna have we're gonna have some fun on this channel. We really, really are. Anyway, let me go. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I love you. I'll see you soon. And what I'll continue to do is put, post up on Instagram on on Instagram, because you guys like the flock there, and I also put post up on YouTube for you to give you an update on what's coming up. And if I do a live, I will make a live and I will hold that spot for you so that you can, go there as well. So, a lot of stuff is happening at NikkiStar TV. So stay tuned. Thank you guys. Love ya. Bye. End stream. Are you sure you want to end this stream? Hell yeah. I'm tired. Gotta go to bed.